Good evening and welcome to Harness Racing from Cortland, Ohio and Trumbull County. This is Don Tiger along with my sidekick Ken Livengood, the voice of Northfield Park, and our cameraman IT guy Chris. We've got ourselves completely up and running and operational here to bring you the second of our two double card for today. We had first 9 exciting races this afternoon. We did have some weather blow through here yesterday, but that seems to be in the rearview mirror as this afternoon we had completely sunny skies, great temperatures, and that has carried on to the evening card. We've got 80-degree weather, no humidity, sun, fast track, and all systems go.
Yeah, you wouldn't know it, but when we got here, or when the starting crew got here this morning at 9 o'clock, they were still rumoring about canceling, and you wouldn't even know it by looking at this track. They did a great job getting it ready, and we have 12 races coming up, had 9 earlier, so 21 total that they were 50-50 on if we were going to get them in, and the fact that the track is in such great shape here at Cortland, very impressive, and just wanted to touch on the track records. Not sure if we're going to see them, though, based on the first card, but who knows here with the boys if they can break them. But we have a track all-age pace record of 156 from 2001. I was 2 years old in 2001, Don. That was when homework was never the same again, and Wikipedia was launched, as well as iTunes. So that is 2001 when Larry Claybot trained Blue Ridge Raider with David Ward, 156, the all-age pace record, and the all-age trot record from Rosie Weaver and Don Irvine Jr. Here's Jolene in 2 minutes 1/5. That was in 2018. So a couple of track records to note. See if we can get a sub 2-minute mile and maybe take a shot at that 156.
Yeah, it's interesting because when you get these ovals in this track that we're at today, this is actually a motorcycle course for most of the time. They do race a meet here, but other than that, its main purpose is for motocross and stuff like that. No bank turns, and as Roger was saying at lunch, they keep a very stiff track with not a lot of cushion to it. So, you start to go sideways in the turn when you go so fast. So David Ward's horse that went in 56, obviously very athletic animal that was able to get around and negotiate the turns here and stuff. So that, as they say with some track records, might stay for a while. We are in a speed game, but it's always interesting to go over the good times and the old times. And strictly how the speed is, too, to have a track record hold up for, 22 years? That's pretty
20,
cool.
Yeah, 2024, yeah, because I'm 26, so
24
years.
Yeah, 24 years. That's amazing, yeah. But regardless, we've got a lot of nice horse flesh to bring you tonight. We're starting to slowly get some one horses now on the track, so we're probably about 2 to 5 minutes away from a post parade.
They were pretty good about lining them up in the first. Here's another note about 2001 because I had to do some research just to go back and look at the time. Harry Potter, the first Harry Potter movie was released, which I probably shouldn't be talking about movies because I get made fun of at Northfield that I don't know anything about movies because I've really not watched a lot. But Harry Potter was released in 2001.
Would that have been the original one, too?
That was the very first one.
So then we have, 3 or 4 sequels?
I think they've made 7.
7 sequels. Whoa. 7 or 8, okay. So a lot has transpired over the last 24 years then.
Yeah, they're remaking it.
Another one. Oh, wow.
Chris just dropped in with an 8th Harry Potter on the move.
A remake.
No, it's a remake. They're rebooting it.
Just a revamp.
It's kind of like Superman. So, I'm older than both of you. When I was a kid, there was a Superman movie. And then a couple years later, there was another Superman movie. And it seems like now there's 30 Superman movies. Yeah, they just keep regurgitating the same info. They change the actor and maybe tweak something here or there, but it's still Superman, it's still Lex Luthor, it's still Kryptonite and all that good stuff.
So you're a Marvel or a DC guy?
I would say both. I enjoy that kind of stuff.
Just
I enjoy the Avengers. Yeah.
Who's your favorite superhero?
Oh, Iron Man. I don't know why. I always liked Iron Man. Yeah.
I can see that.
I have an Iron Man. My car is a push-button start, and you have to lift up Iron Man's mask to start the car.
How about this for nostalgia? I have a pewter Iron Man that sits on my desk at work. So we're Iron Man fans. Yeah.
We like our Robert Downey Jr. around here.
Yes. I'm Iron Man.
Favorite villain?
Ooh. Probably Joker. Just that smile always. He was always scary looking.
Did you watch the new Joker movie?
I have not seen that yet. Yeah.
Well, there's 2. The first one, and then they made a Joker 2, which I guess is more of like a musical kind of thing. I didn't watch the second one. The first one was good.
Well, we've got four animals on a track, and the fifth one has just joined us. So we should have this first race we'll be bringing you here shortly. We got driver changes here?
We do have driver changes. Tyler Angus is going to drive the 5 Nico, and Logan Ebersol on the 6 Race On. And we'll give you a couple notes from the first program. There were only 2 double-ups. Tyler Angus was the lone double-up driver, 2 wins, and Team Clegg with 2 wins for Betty and Nick. So we had 8 different drivers, 8 different trainers get a win in the Philly version, first 9. So spreading the wealth around here at Cortland.
That is good. We like that. The purse checks flowing into all the barns today. We do score 6 across here, 7 trails if we do have 7-horse fields. We had a couple earlier today. Second race is a 7-horse field.
I think that's the only one. 1 trailer today.
We mentioned this on the earlier card today too, but for anyone that's attending races at Wellston on Friday, the food booth at Wellston, 100% of the proceeds, anything you purchase there, will be going to the Hayden Myers Trust Fund. So a lot of people, the tragic loss of Hunter Myers, his son, 6-month-old son, 8-month-old son. There's been a trust fund established for him, and really nice that the folks over there that run the food booth are donating 100% of the proceeds. So if you do want to get involved and come out to Wellston in Jackson County, I think that is. Not positive, but I think
I'm
it
not
is.
100%.
Yeah, Jackson County. Come out on Friday and support the food booth, which indirectly supports Hayden Myers.
And don't forget, stop over to our OHHA live stream for the passport. Get your passport stamps.
We had a couple people today get stamped. We still got more stamps to give out today if anyone isn't on track in attendance. We do not have wagering here today at Cortland, but doesn't mean we still don't have some fun, me and Kenny, of picking some horses and telling you some interesting tidbits about all the runners.
I talked to Roger real quick before he gets the post parade here. 184,332 race calls.
Isn't that crazy? What's even more interesting about that is he knows the number.
And
I mean, I don't know how many days of the week there are, and this guy knows how many races he's called, you know. We had another interesting tidbit that came up. Someone was asking him if he knew a horse that he had called, and he says, do you know all the races I've called? But here's Roger for the post parade.
Gelding pays first division, $6,830. The 1, A Dancing Flight, Joey Mapes. The 2, I Am the Sea with Nick Clegg. Number 3, Twilight Boozer with Justin Irvine. The 4, Red Will, Jason Thompson. The 5, Nico with Tyler Angus. And the 6, Race On, Logan Ebersol in the sulky. Horse will take 1 score. Go to the game.
Race 1, first of 2 divisions, 2-year-old Colton Gelding, Home Talent Colt Stakes, $6,830. 1 is A Dancing Flight, and it's so good to see Joey Mapes back. Was involved in a little accident at Northfield and took some time off, so glad to see him back in the program, and he drives for owner-trainer Rick Mapes. 2-year-old Big Gelding by Dancing Yankee out of Better's Delight mare, Flight Sealster.
Number 2, I Am the Sea, $7,000 Ohio Select purchased. Wow, this horse has already made $5,000, 4 of 5 first or second, and if you look real close in the past performances, this horse was entered in the next generation, which I believe they had to put up $10,000 just to get in that race. This horse did run a very credible 8th, only beaten 5 lengths, kicked home 27-2, 53. The Clegg connection here, if there was wagering, I'm sure this one would be 1-9.
3, Twilight Boozer, owned and trained by Rosie Weaver. Justin Irvine does the driving. First start was at Marion, ended up distance there. Maybe didn't handle the track, sloppy track, but the Delaware qualifier was okay in 2:03 and 2. 2-year-old Big Gelding by Western Vintage here out of Bellflower by Fly. Buckeye and Rosie's been doing very well, 28 for 101 this season.
4-horse Red Will, $8,000 Buckeye Classic purchase for, $6,000 for Melinda K. Bailey. Bill Irvine trains. Jason Thompson grabs the lines today. Jason did win a race earlier on our afternoon card. We don't have much to go on here, but we do see the stallion, the sire, the Ponderosa. Good to see him still throwing horses.
5, Nico. Tyler Angus will pick up the drive, the son of Bit of a Legend for Claire Umholtz. Just the qualifier in 2:01 at Northfield.
6 horse. The race is on. And Isaiah Strake trainee, 2 seconds and 2 starts behind the gate. We're going to kick it up to Roger for the call of race number 1.
Pacers are all in behind the gate. The gate swings into the stretch, and here they come. They're off and pacing. Race On goes for the lead. On the inside, I Am the Sea. Between horses into the turn, Twilight Boozer goes off stride. Racing up the inside, A Dancing Flight. Around the turn they go. Nico races 5th, and trailing the field, Red Will. Down the backside they go. Race On and Logan Ebersole up on the outside to grab the racetrack. I Am the Sea is there 2nd. A Dancing Flight 3rd. Racing 4th. Back pacing is Twilight Boozer. As they race by the opening quarter, 32 seconds. As they race into the turn, that is Nico 5th. Racing 6th and trailing the field as they race around the turn. That is Red Will. All in straight alignment at the 3/8 mark. They bring them into the stretch first time. Coming to the halfway point. No movement as yet to go after the leader. Race On. On top by 2.5. Racing 2nd, I Am the Sea. Pacing 3rd, A Dancing Flight. Twilight Boozer 4th, Nico 5th, and the trailer's Red Will. Halfway home in 102, 1/5. On to the backside and the 5/8 mark. The leader remains Race On by 3 lengths. Racing 2nd, closing the gap, I Am the Sea. Gapped out 3rd, A Dancing Flight. Moving on the outside, Nico now 5th, now 4th, moving up on the leaders. Racing 5th, Twilight Boozer. The trailer is Red Will at the 3/4. 1:34 into the final turn. Here comes Nick Clegg. I Am the Sea out of the pocket and after the leader. Race On. 1/8 of a mile to go in Ohio. Race On the inside. On the outside, I Am the Sea closing with every stride. And I Am the Sea is the new leader with a 16th to go. I Am the Sea and Nick Clegg drawn away. Race On 2nd, home 3rd, A Dancing Flight.
All right, Nick Clegg kicks off our afternoon card. So that makes it 3 straight wins for the Clegg team. They won the last 2 in the afternoon card and then pick up this one. So Nick drove 2 of them and Keith Cash had one of the other ones. But 3 straight for the Clegg team.
Yeah, hard to look past this one. Down by the seaside, nice breeding. And anytime you buck up $10,000 going to Next Generation, I don't want to say it's a free square if you're coming to the fairs, but obviously you feel you got a pretty talented animal. And he kept this one off the 2-path. Got some knee boots on this horse. I'm not sure he's perfectly suited for half-mile racing, but got the job done on talent alone. And nice professional win here for I Am the Sea.
Let's have him ready for the second race. Have him ready for the second.
Yeah, unfortunately got stuck with the bad post there in the Next Generation. Got the worst post you could get on a 5/8 track. Got stuck with 9, but did what he could to finish 8th and 27-2. Certainly time-wise stacked up very well, and there just got stuck with the bad post. But at the fairs, he has not finished outside of the top 2.
Official winner, the 2, I Am the Sea. Kimber Clegg of Matamoros, Pennsylvania, the owner. Betty Clegg, the winning trainer. Nick Clegg in the sulky. 2-year-old gelding, but down by the seaside of Sassy Q. Home a winner in 2:05 4/5. Betty Clegg, Nick Clegg, I Am the Sea.
There is the winner, the 2, I Am the Sea, down by the seaside. Certainly $7,000 purchase price for a down by the seaside. I think the Cleggs might have found another one of these late purchases, cheaper purchases that they turn into solid horses, because this one, after today, is now over, pushing over almost $9,000. So they've already got back their purchase price with a horse that's raced 6 times. Well, technically, they had to put the next generation money up, but we won't count that.
No, not at all. You go with purchase prices. Horses break even right now, and just the beginning of the season, so they're getting a lot of chance to make some money from here. That wraps up race number 1 for us. It's going to take us into race number 2. We do got 7 horses signed on. Do we got any changes in this race?
Race 2, we have no changes.
No changes. We will go as programmed, and we'll bring you that race right after these important messages.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year, providing advanced specialty care for sports horses from all stages and disciplines. Our expert team of boarded surgeons and sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sports horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at BigD'sWeb.com. Sign up for text messaging and receive $10 off your order. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Dublin Valley Farms, home of Volstead's sire of 2024 Ohio Horse of the Year, Sugar Instead. Also standing at Dublin Valley Farms, Slay, a promising young son of Chapter 7 and Coach K Hanover by world record holder Walner. Looking for your next winner? Dublin Valley Farms and our clients are offering an exciting lineup of yearlings with current and fashionable pedigrees. Available at public auctions this year. Backed by a team that cares, Dublin Valley Farms, Fredericksburg, Ohio.
Welcome back to the Trumbull County Fair in Cortland, Ohio. We're into race number 2 of our 12-race nightcap here today. And that takes us on to a 7-horse field trot. We do have one change that Kenny just picked up for us.
Well, it'll be a TBA change. We're going to wait till they come on the track.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep. Unfortunately, like we said earlier, Darren Harvey talented and did very well. We were talking about him on the first stream about how he's been doing, but he can't split into 2 and drive 2 horses. So we're going to wait for the driver change.
I think the only way they could really do that if he drew the 1 and 2 hole, because then he could stand on both, almost like a, Ben-Hur.
Like a trick show or something.
Yeah. I'm sure Hervé probably could do something like that. But 1 and 5 hole, that'd be you'd need some Stretch Armstrong legs to get between 2 of those. So.
Well, then that goes into more superhero movies. He can be Mrs. Incredible.
There you go. Yes. And who said you don't know movies? You know your movies.
I'm pulling out Disney cartoons here.
Absolutely.
So we'll wait for although judging by the 2 horses, I would bet that he'll probably drive the 1 from the rail, but we shall see when they come out of the paddock. Unfortunately, we only have 1 out right now, and that is James Day, so on the 5. So it could be a driver change to James Day. So we'll wait and find out as soon as the rest of the people watching find out. Field of 7, though, which is our only 7-horse field. Again, the 7 starts from the 2nd tier here, so they trail behind the 1. $6,504. This is 2-year-old Colt and Gelding trotters in the Home Talent Colt Stakes. Field of 7.
We were fortunate enough to go to lunch with Woody Woolham, who runs the Home Talent Colt Stakes series, and basically said that they've got a good series set up for all summer.
Featuring a bunch of Corgi and Wiener Dog races.
Yeah, that actually brings a lot of folks out, so we look forward to seeing more people out at the races.
All right, looks like we got Darren Harvey
John
on the
Harvey
5.
is on the 5, yep.
So you need a driver for the 1. Well, it's a good thing I announce races and don't bet on things, because I would have bet that he was going to drive the 1.
Yeah, you never know. You always wonder what goes into drivers' decisions. When they're catch drivers, it's a lot different than trainers that drive, because sometimes trainers that drive like to drive the horse that might be a little more quirky or need a little bit more hands. So, doesn't surprise me that was not this particular case, but um, trainers again they're gonna pick who they want. Oh, this is a nice looking trotter. It does got trotting hobbles on, some ears, so probably this horse does maybe get a little bit hot at times. This horse came out early on the track too, so might make sense. Darren wants to keep this one flat and minding manners would be my guess.
Does make sense because he does show the break going to the quarter at the Northfield qualifier. So, yeah, maybe just trying to keep this one flat. If I heard him correctly, he sounded like he yelled up here and said Harvey Hirschberger is going to drive the 1.
Oh,
so
okay.
we will see if that is true. But
so this young Harvey Hirschberger, apparently today is his first day driving horses. Is that correct?
correct. 2 drives so far.
And he's got a couple drives, and he's picking up catch drives and everything. So he must be making quite a name for himself in the mornings at the barn or showing up for work.
Correction, it's Chris Hirschberger.
Chris Hirschberger, okay.
But Harvey, we will see later, trying to get his, it'll be his 3rd and 4th drives. So now we can confirm it's Chris Hirschberger who will drive the 1 Vicky's All-Star here. Darren Harvey drives the 5.
Excellent trot driver, too. Chris is a very good trot driver.
He does very well in Northfield, Chris. His horses are always usable and
Number 1, Vicky's All-Star. Make the driver Chris Hirschberger. Chris Hirschberger will drive the 1, Vicky's All-Star.
does very well with his. He has a couple that, some young ones, but a couple of the solid ones that are a little older, racing the higher conditions. He's got one come to mind is Rattling Pine that races in like Nowitz's of 6,500, Nowitz's of 8,000 pretty much every week. So does well.
I like how his horse looks today on the track. Bow in his head, clean-legged. Already got some size to him.
You're all out. You're all out. You're spread out for a quarter of a mile. So get them together and line up for the order behind Mr. Hirschberger.
Rogers trying to get them all ready here for the post parade of the 2nd.
We've got a nice crowd out here today, probably about 100, 120 people in the grandstands. A nice big grandstand over here in Cortland, covered too. It's been very comfortable, good temperature-wise, and some fans yelling and clapping, which is a testament, especially when we're not betting even. So,
yeah, the grandstand is very, very exceptional for what we need. No sun, we're cool, we're in the shade. And we got live harness racing, and like we mentioned earlier also, there's nothing in the infield, so very easy to see everything that's going on. The horses probably aren't going to get spooked by much, except for maybe the 100 rubber tires that they have for the Demolition Derby tomorrow night. And here's the post parade of the 2nd.
These are the horses' 2nd race. The 1, Vicky's All-Star with Chris Hirschberger. The 2, Easy Eso with Jason Thompson. Number 3, Another Round with Tyler Angus. The 4, Red All Over, Charlie Myrick. The 5, Monavon Millstream, Darren Harvey. The 6, Spirit Mission, Logan Ebersole. And number 7, Always in Range, Justin Irvine in the sulky. Horse will take 1 score and go to the gate.
he's all-star in your program. Make the driver Chris Hirschberger. He will drive the 1 Vicky's All-Star. This $20,000 Buckeye Classic purchase trained by Darren Harvey for owners, Mast and Callahan Racing.
Where'd you get that?
Finished 3rd in the inaugural race, then followed that up with a nice 2.5 length score victory last time out at Northfield in a qualifier. Looks good on the track and one of the main contenders.
2 Ease Azo. I had to text Scott Cox yesterday about the horse's name to make sure we were saying it right, but just as it looks, Ease Azo for also Wayne Mast Jr. and Callum Racing, Green Wave Racing, and Zoller. Scott Cox trains, Jason Thompson drives, 2-year-old son of Long Tom, and This one just has the one qualifier at Northfield in 2:07 and 4, but that was a horse and driver qualifier, so maybe he can build off of that.
3 horse, another round, another $21,000 Ohio Select purchased by Marty Woolham and Bob Troyer. Miles Woolham trains this one. They turn the lines over to Tyler Angus. Qualified down at the Meadows. Then first pari-mutuel race was at Northfield. Last time out, made an untimely break and finished last. We'll look to get an education today.
4 Red All Over. Charlie Myrick drives and trains for Richard Mares. 2-year-old Big Colt by Enterprise out of Chipton Strawberry by Chip Chip Hooray. This one was a homebred for the owners and has one pari-mutuel start at Northfield, finished 6th, and can build off of that.
Number 5, Monavon Millstream, trained by Darren Harvey, owned by the Millers of Millersburg, Ohio. John Harvey does still sit in the sulky on this one, as he had 2 calls from 2 of his entrants. This horse made a break last time out, still managed to save 4th. Prior to that was 2nd by 14 lengths.
6 Spirit Mission, Logan Ebersol for Kent Sherman. 2-year-old Big Colt by Mission Accepted out of Spirit Bell. First start out was a good 5th, 29 and 4 last quarter. Then in that most recent start up at Northfield does make the break and ended up getting distance. But the first start, 203 and 1 with a 29 and 4 last quarter.
7, Always in Range, does trail from the 2nd tier. This Rosie Weaver trainee for Heartland Acres gets the services of Justin Irvine today. Last time out at Marion did finish 5th and had broken the last 2 attempts. Looks to stay flat and pick up some pieces from the 2nd tier. And there you have it. That's the field of 7 heading to the gate for race number 2. We're going to send it up to the voice, Roger Houston, for today's call.
So approaching the starting gate. Trotters are all moving in behind the Mike Wilkenberg starting gate on the upper turn. The gate swings into the stretch, and here they come. They're off and trotting between horses. That's Red All Over. Up on the outside, 4 wide, Monavon Millstream. As they race into the turn, off stride goes Vicky's All-Star, now racing up now in the 2-hole. Making the breaks was another round, along with Always in Range. Down the backside they go. Red All Over, and Charlie Myrick has the lead, racing second. As they race down the backside, it's Vicky's All-Star, racing third. Spirit Mission, racing fourth. Monavon Millstream, opening quarter in 33 flat. Up on the outside, another round on the inside as they race around the turn and trailing the field. Off stride, Always in Range. Field of trotters racing over to the 3/8 mark. 4 of them in contention as they come to the halfway station. This field is led by Red All Over and Charlie Myrick. Right there second is Vicky's All-Star, trotting third, Spirit Mission. Monavon Millstream races fourth. 5th is Easy Aso, racing 6th. Another round, the trailer Always in Range, halfway home in 106 and 2. On to the backside they go. Red All Over. Out moving on the outside, Logan Ebersol and Spirit Mission from third. Now second and trotting up on the outside after the leader, Red All Over. Down the backside, Vicky's All-Star is there third. Coming to the outside, Monavon Millstream now fourth and coming on. At the 3/4 in 138 and 3 into the final turn. Spirit Mission has the lead and opens up now by 3 lengths. Battle should be for second and third. Into the stretch, Spirit Mission brings them into the stretch with Luke Ebersol showing the way. Racing up on the outside second to make the challenge in the lane, but going to run out of racetrack. Another round. Closing late, Monavon Millstreams is second, home third, Vicky's All-Star.
All right, race number 2 goes to Logan Ebersol and Spirit Mission, so that's Logan's second driving win today.
A lot of action in that race. Obviously, we have to remind ourselves these are 2-year-old colt trotters, and it's only early July. So these horses are getting educations. We've had breakers. We had a bunch of different things go on. But 6 sat Chili, made a nice first over move against Charlie Myers. Red all over. Did clear that one and opened up. Both of the Harvey trainees ended up saving second and third for minor awards. Both those horses look like they had a pretty good education today as well. But no doubt about the winner, Spirit Mission. Kent Sherman and Logan Obersall on their way to the winner's circle.
I thought the 7 always in range was part of that 3 or 4 horse mess in the first turn where they all broke, but after that he looked like he really had a lot of speed coming by us when Justin finally got him to trot. So he does have the win at Paulding in his first career timed effort, and then the qualifier at Scioto's not bad in 202 with a 29-2 kicker. Unfortunately 3 straight breaks, so if the Weaver Barn can figure out how to keep him going, $12,000 purchase, and the half sibling is Wild Child Annie, who Rosie also trains, and I've seen before at Northfield and has won before. So this is one I'm definitely going to keep an eye on going forward.
Yeah, and I think that horse will improve. Again, we got to catch all these horses a break. Most of these 2-year-olds are just coming out in June and July, so still a lot to learn. And but definitely there's some talent there with always in range.
And there's certainly no help here on this track with it being so flat in the turn, so they're barreling in there and not what they're accustomed to probably hit their tracks that they qualify at and stuff. But back here in front of us is the 6 Spirit Mission, and Roger will have the winner's circle presentation shortly.
4, 2, 1.
In the winner's circle, number 6, Spirit Mission, Melissa Patterson, Daryl Sherman, Kent Sherman, the trainer, Logan Emerson in the sulky. 2-year-old colt with Mission accepted at a Spirit Bell, home a winner in 2:09.
I still didn't get the rundown.
For
2:09 time of the mile for Spirit Mission. 2-year-old bay colt by Mission accepted out of a Spirit Bell by Southwind Spirit, and another homebred here. So always like seeing the homebreds. I'm sure that the connections, getting to watch their weanlings grow into 2-year-olds and then on to their careers. But this one gets his first career win, 2:09 time of the mile for Spirit Mission. And that is race number 2. We'll be back after a few brief messages with race number 3.
history, tradition. For over 100 years, 2- and 3-year-old trotters and pacers have started their careers on the tracks of the Home Talent Colt Stakes. See the future stars of Ohio harness racing at one of the Home Talent's 15 tracks. The stars of tomorrow are racing at a track near you today. The Home Talent Colt Stakes. You can't win them if you aren't in them.
For over 100 years, the values at CoverLink Insurance have been clear. Do the right thing. These values have been at the forefront of what we do, and that will never change. At CoverLink Insurance, you're a person, not a policy. Whether you raise crops, livestock, or own the family farm, CoverLink's farm insurance can be tailored to meet your needs. Trusted advice and solutions to protect what matters most. Great service from great people, CoverLink Insurance.
Welcome back to the Trumbull County Fair here at we're in Cortland, Ohio. We're on race number 3 of our 12-race evening card. After having a afternoon card of 9, have 12 here, so 21 total. We have a field of 5 coming up in race 3, and should go as programmed here. No changes to note.
Yeah, the horse owner special, 5 to the gate. All will get checks for $6,500.
always like when you know you're going to make money as long as you get around the track.
Exactly.
Clegg team has one in here, Darren Harvey. So a couple of these horses have been raced. Actually, most of them have raced at Northfield in their careers, but especially the 145 MAGA. A couple of Buckeye tries this early spring and summer. And by the way, we could not have asked for a better day.
Beautiful. Yeah,
if
I
you
love.
could pick a temperature and draw up how you pick a perfect day, this would be it right here.
Perfect weather day here today in Trumbull County in Cortland, Ohio. Just not too warm, not too cool, not too windy, not too humid. Yeah, like Kenny said, this is a great day and a great day for harness racing. Future stars of tomorrow are on showcase, both fillies and colts, 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds. We've already seen the filly showcase earlier this afternoon. Now we have the colts and geldings. And nice area up here.
Not a cloud in the sky. Just a great day. $6,500 here, $6,504 to be exact for this third race, which is the first of 2 divisions. Most of the divisions today were split into 2. Just the occasional, there's 2 that were split into 3, but mostly all 2 divisions. Good field sizes, 5 and 6 in most of the races. Only a couple of 4-horse fields, and the racing's been good too. We've had a lot of action, not too much chaos.
This looks like another very competitive race. When you look at this race, you don't really see a true standout like you did in one of the earlier races with I Am the Sea. You know, this looks like a very kind of wide open. I could make a case for just about any horse in here.
3 Divine Will would probably, if there was betting odds, would be the favorite. But you got to trust him to stay flat. His 2 Buckeye tries, he broke, but the starts all around that are very good. 56 and 3, while Park the Mile at Scioto and hours of 2 back on June 3rd. But he's been off since June 9th, Buckeye at Northfield. So been sidelined for a month for Darren Harvey.
And a lot of times, you know, this is a perfect situation again for an outfit of saying, hey, we've got to qualify if we don't get raced by a few days from now because of the 30-day rule. So why not come over to the fairs, get a clean line on, paid to get qualified. So it's not necessarily super important that they win this race. It's more important to get a line in to keep going. So as a horseman and someone who owns horses, you know, I've used this angle myself. So doesn't mean Divine Will's not going to win, but it certainly also means that, you know, maybe because of the stale date, give some of the other competitors in here a good chance.
Yeah, keep him sharp or get him back to his sharpness. And instead of racing for $0 in a qualifier on a Thursday afternoon, you get to race on a Tuesday evening and race for $6,500. And if you grab a win, it's a $3,000 qualifier. So, yeah, certainly. And then you get in a field of 5 where you're guaranteed no matter what. So, race against time.
Couple horses on the track. The 3 just came onto the track as well. So
5 nothing but Cats also exiting that Buckeye from June 9th at Northfield, so another one that's been off for a little bit. Our Boss just raced 2nd at Marion County, July 1st. 45 MAGA, been racing primarily at Northfield, first start of the season at a fair. And same for DJ's Anson, who only made 2 starts as a 2-year-old, so they gave him time off, and he's come back and already picked up 2 wins here as a 3-year-old, so looks like the time off did him well. Here's the post parade for the 3rd.
And these are the horses. Number 1, 45 MAGA, Jason Thompson. Number 2, DJ's Anson, Tyler Angus. Number 3, Divine Will, the driver Darren Harvey. The 4, Our Boss.
Right there, right across.
Change in drivers. Braden Rhodes. And number 5, Nothing But Cat, John G. Wingard. Braden Rhodes drives the 4, Our Boss, a late driver change.
And he has 9 horses.
A driver change there in the 3rd for number 4, Our Boss. We got it just as the horses came out to the track. So Braden Rhodes will drive the 4, Our Boss here for the Clegg team. He did drive him back at Marion. But the 145 MAGA is owned and trained by Alan Miller. Jason Thompson drives. 3-year-old Big Island by Marseille. Out of the Man of Many Missions mare, One Too Many. Been racing primarily at Northfield. 2 wins from 7 tries this season.
Number 2, DJ's Anson. This Miles Woolham trainee for Robert Klein in Millersburg, Ohio, gets the services of Tyler Angus today. This horse has been racing primarily at Northfield Park in non-winter ones. Slowly improving, does show a skip last time out, but prior that was a good third. And then 2 back and 3 back had 1, 2 in a row, trotting individually in 2 minutes. Has been timed in 59. Again, 2 for 5 this year. A late blooming 3-year-old, but Miles Woolham does a good job of bringing horses along slowly.
3, Divine Will, owned by Michael Sonlin, trained and driven by Darren Harvey. 3-year-old begun by Enterprise, out of Man of Many Missions, mare Miss of Many Matters. Homebred here for the owner. 2 wins from 7 tries and did some nice things at Northfield, non-winners of 1, and then in the series ended up finishing 3rd there in a late closer event. 2 breaks in his Buckeye tries, but he's been battle-tested against Buckeye horses.
4, Our Boss, make the change of driver to Braden Rhodes. Braden Rhodes did ride with this horse last time out to a good second-place finish by a neck over at Marion. This horse is 1 for 6 this year and another one of the main contenders.
And 5, Nothing But Cat. John Wengard drives, trains, and cones with Amy Wengard. 3-year-old begun by Nothing But Class out of Katana, and finished 6th in his most recent try in the Buckeye Stallion at Northfield. They're in behind the gate. We'll send it up to the voice. Roger Houston, race 3.
Gate. Here they come. They're off and trotting. That's Our Boss going for the lead. Nothing But Cat on the outside second. Off stride into the turn. DJ's Anson getting away third. 45 Mega racing fourth. Divine Will back trotting but trailing is DJ's Anson. To the backside and the first quarter mark. Braden Rhodes leads with Our Boss by a length and a half. Nothing But Cat right there second. 45 Mega closes the gap third. Racing fourth, Divine Will. Treading the field, DJ's Anson. Over to the first quarter, 33 flat. All in straight alignment as they head for the 3/8 mark. On top of the field, Our Boss by a length and a half. Racing right there second. Nothing But Cat. John Wengard getting the 2-hole trip. Racing third, 45 Mega. Into the lane first time. Divine Will racing fourth. As they come to the halfway station, the leader, Our Boss by a length and a half. Nothing But Cat is second. Out moving 45 Mega. Racing third, Divine Will. The trailer remains DJ's Anson. Identical 33 quarters early on. Gets them to the half and 106. On to the backside they go. Our Boss has the lead. Out comes Jason Thompson. 45 Mega. 3 wide on the outside from way back. Darren Harvey. Divine Will. Down the backside they go. Our Boss with the lead. On the outside, Divine Will with every stride. In between horses comes Nothing But Cat. We got 3 of them across the track by the 3 quarters. 137 and 2. Midway around the final turn. On the inside is Our Boss. Nothing But Cat. Divine Will. 3 wide on the outside. 3-horse battle for the wire. 45 Mega is fourth. Into the stretch they come. Our Boss brings him into the stretch. Divine Will kicks another gear on the outside. Coming on! But it's tight. Maybe 4-3-5. Maybe.
Roger Houston's seen a lot of races, and he wasn't even sure, but I am right on the finish line, and I believe the number 4 is going to get his number hung up on the tote board if they did have one here. But what a great race, a fantastic race.
Pretty good.
And Billy Rhodes, Braden Rhodes' dad, is already heading to the winner's circle, so I think he thinks he's a winner as well. But exciting finish, right?
That was a thriller. I'm in agreement. I do think it is the 4 Our Boss, but we will wait to be sure. Certainly looked like maybe a half a head or so in front, but Divine Will 3 wide, a sustained 3 wide challenge there. He flipped three deep at the 5/8, and Harvey kept him out there, and he just missed getting home. But a nice performance from Our Boss on the front, which will give Team Clegg a 4th win if that is true, if he did hold off the 3. And the 5, Nothing But Cat right between them, and he was a part of the mix there ended up about 3/4 of a length back or so. But good 3-horse stretch duel, and pretty much all minded their manners there, except for the 2 DJ Zanson early on. But what a third race there.
Yeah, it's exciting. That's what we come out here for. We want to see exciting racing, horses across the track battling. And as we talked about on the pre-show, Divine Will's been off a couple weeks, and they took the conservative effort. And he's not even 100% sure that he hasn't won, as he's still out on the track, the 3 horses. Yeah.
There's the announcement.
That's
4.
interesting. The 3 stayed on the track, and the 4 left the track.
Even the drivers didn't know. That's how you know it's tight.
That's how you know it's tight. It was a great race. Like I said, they came across the wire together, but from my standpoint, I did look like the 4 had held on by a good. He has a white nose and nasal strip on this horse, breathing strip, and to me that was easy to see. That was the difference for sure.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what that was. So I mean, I assumed that had some kind of breathing strip for his nose, but wasn't 100%.
Yeah, for someone like me that doesn't have the greatest eyes, it helps out.
Yeah.
The voice, Roger Houston, 80-some years young, still makes the right call. He called the 4 across the wire, and he was correct. Even the drivers weren't sure of that one. But a great race. Billy Rhodes is greeting his son, Braden, in the winner's circle.
Third race, 3-year-old Trotters. The 4, Our Boss, on Kimber Clegg, Matamoros, Pennsylvania. Betty Clegg, the trainer. Braden Rhodes in the sulky. 3-year-old Gelding Enterprise out of Don't You Know My Name. Home a winner in 2:07. Final half 101. Final quarter 29-3.
Final quarter in 29-3. So 3 wide from Divine Will.
Results are official. Number 1, 45 Mega, 4. The 2, GJ Zanson, 5. The 3, Divine Will, 2. The 4, Our Boss, 1. The 5, Nothing But Cat, 3. Top down, 4, 5, 2, 1. 3 on the bottom. The quarter, 33. The half, 106. 3/4, 137.2. The mile, 2:07.
101 back half, 29 last quarter. That was just a good old-fashioned horse race.
It was well rated by Braden Rhodes too. He took the lead and well meant today. But I do believe the 3 was the best horse in the race, but just needed to be a little tighter and had a tough trip around that 3/4 pole.
That does it for race 3. The 4th race, the only change we have right now is the 2 Catch the Sensation is a scratch. So we'll have a field of 5. So once again, an owner's race, $3,345. We'll be back after these messages.
Wellston in Jackson County is located a scenic 82 miles southeast of Columbus. Enjoy the sights and sounds of some true Southern Ohio hospitality as you head to the Jackson County Fair held from Friday, July 11th through Saturday the 19th. Visit the several golf courses in the area or the Lake Catherine State Nature Preserve. And you can explore the hills at Leo Petroglyph State Memorial, where you can see the rock carvings of ancient indigenous people and the graffiti of our ancestors up close. At Buckeye Furnace State Memorial Park, find out about the 1852 restored charcoal blast furnace and how over 300,000 tons of pig iron was produced in its day. What town founder Harvey Wells envisioned as Pittsburgh of the West was one time the second highest producer of iron in the young country. Downtown Wellston offers great places to eat, and nestled among the nooks and crannies are various curio shops. It's just one of the many stops you can make as you follow Driving Park Road to the Southern Valley Coat Circus Stake Races on July 11th and July 12th. Post time, 6 p.m., and you'll be saying, yeah, I'm going to Jackson.
Midland Acres is proud to stand the prominent stallions, TCI, Long Tom, Ready for Money, Monty Mickey, Summa Cum Laude, and Bit of a Legend. With such great pedigree and speed in the stallion barn, Midland Acres will provide a diverse group of top yearlings in the sale ring for 2025. Visit us this fall at our consignments at the Blooded Horse Sale on August 26th, the Ohio Select Jug Sale on September 12th, and the Lexington Select Sale on September 29th through October 3rd. Let Midland Acres' experience in the industry lead you to the winner's circle.
Welcome back to the Trumbull County Fair, Cortland County, Ohio. Scratch the 2, catch the sensation out of this 4th race. We're 3 down. We're 25% of the way there. 75% to go on this 12-race afternoon card. And this is the first of multiple divisions, 4 divisions, in fact, of 3-year-old Colton Gelding Home Talent Colt Stakes, $3,345. So quite a few in here, and wanted to touch on the breeding while we have a minute here before the horses come out. The 4 Ballistic, $115,000 Lexington Select sale, and his full brother is Slingshot, 2021 Next Generation winner at Scioto, and a horse that won 3 legs of the Sire Stakes as well as the Ohio Breeders' Championship at Delaware. So this one is a well-meant horse. Obviously, I'm guessing some things went wrong at 2, and they're just working his way back here. Didn't stay flat in the qualifier, but I would bet that the barn has some high hopes for this guy, that they paid $115,000 2 years ago.
Yeah, unfortunately, when you buy horses, they all, it all comes down to what they do on the track. So
we don't win races on paper. Horses are coming out to the track here for our 4th race. Got a couple of them out, so once again, got Joey Mapes back. He's on the 6 Dragon mode in this race. Wanted to just mention, glad to see him back. He was involved in a spill at Northfield quite a few months ago, actually, at this point, over the winter, and had one go down behind the gate, dumped him, and had an injury that sidelined him, but I'm glad to see him back here in the summer, racing here at the fair. So hopefully we'll see him back at Northfield soon, driving for his family, Rick Mapes. They have a Fear the Dragon gelding. Scratch the 2 out of this 4th race. The 2 catch the sensation is scratched. Also wanted to mention, don't forget the Hayden Myers fundraiser that is happening Friday at the Wellston Fair. Come on out for that. All proceeds from the food and beverage stand will go to the Hayden Myers Trust. So certainly a good cause to come out and support at Wellston on Friday if you can. Horsemen and fans, spectators all around, just continue to show their outpouring of love and support after such a tragic accident that one will never ever be able to forget. And it looks like we'll have the post parade here shortly.
Back and parading to the post for the 4th race, a Home Talent Colt Stake, 3-year-old Colton Gelding Pace. These are the horses. Number 1, Fear Romeo. Number 1, Fear Romeo, Nick Clegg. Number 2 is scratched. Number 3, Bernie B. Bad, Charlie Myrick. The 4, Ballistic with Tyler Angus. The 5, Catching Up, James Day. And the 6, Dragon Mode, Joey Mapes. Horse will take 1 score and go to the gate.
Getting up.
Did he get it?
Yeah.
Sounds like we got a winner. So for those of you that don't know, Roger Houston is on his way to the winner's circle at Bellefontaine, or I know I'm pronouncing it wrong, but
Bellefontaine.
Bellefontaine, or some
Bellefountain.
Bellefountain, yeah. Eckerd Hill Brady. Congratulations, Roger. He was watching his horse there, and also if you're looking for that live stream, that is also on YouTube and Facebook from the OHHA. So double duty for the OHHA team here today.
7-2 for the faithful Roger Houston backers. 7-2, $9 mutual. So Drew Neal did a good job. Again, you're getting bonus coverage here because obviously we're at Cortland, but the voice Roger Houston's calling our races over here. So he had a horse in at Bellefontaine and the 6 horse Eckerd Hill Ready. He was ready today.
Eckerd Hill Brady.
Eckerd Hill Brady. There you go. Can't see. That's the bad part with this small little phone here.
And now we also heard next start should be in a Buckeye Stallion, potentially a Bucyrus, maybe?
Correct. There's some inside information for you. And Rosie Weaver's on her way to the winner's circle.
With the dog. That's awesome.
Gotta have the dog, right?
Every horseman has a dog.
The interesting part of this story was the owner didn't even know the horse was racing today. I'm still waiting to see.
He did not know he was racing. He thought the horse had the week off, and he found out about 2 hours ago that he was in, and 2 hours later he's a winner.
Oh, yeah. They got him in a winner's circle, him and Rosie and the dog.
Talking to Roger about his win there as an owner. The horses are behind the gate for the fourth. We'll send it up to winning owner Roger Houston for the call of the fourth.
They're all in behind the gate. The gate swings into the stretch, and here they come. They're off and pacing. Bernie B. Bad goes for the lead. Fear Romeo on the inside takes the lead as the race into the turn. Getting away third as the race around the turn. It's catching up. Taking a seat fourth. Dragon Mode and trailing the field. Ballistic. The battle continues on the front end. Fear Romeo on the inside. Bernie B. Bad on the outside. Myrick backs off to drop in second. Racing third is catching up. Racing fourth, it's Dragon Mode and trailing the field. Ballistic. Opening quarter, the fastest of the day, 29 flat. Into the turn they go. Myrick's right back out on the outside. Going towards the top with Bernie B. Bad. On the inside, Nick Clegg's not going to let him go, though, with Fear Romeo as they race into the lane first time, coming to the halfway point. Racing up third, catching up as James Day is getting the trip of a lifetime with the battle on the front end. Halfway home, 59-2. Into the turn they go. On top of the field, at the inside is Fear Romeo, still on the outside. Bernie B. Bad. Now here comes Day with catching up on the move. Fading fast is Fear Romeo. Down the backside, Bernie B. Bad with the lead. Catching up on the outside second. Racing third is Fear Romeo. They ran over to the halfway point and go to the three-quarter station. New leader catching up. He's had the perfect trip and he's on top. Bernie B. Bad is there second. 3/4, 133. They're walking now around the final turn. It's catching up with the lead. On the outside, Dragon Mode is now second. Racing third, Bernie B. Bad on the outside fourth. Fear Romeo coming home with less than an eighth of a mile to go. It's a gift here for James Day and catching up. Dragon Mode second. Photo and a possible inquiry for show. 204 4/5.
A crazy duel on the front, set up everything perfectly for the five catching up, and he took full advantage there for James Day. And I think that was Dragon Mode was up for second there. So horse was over 25, gets a second place effort here. 10 third place finishes in his career, but they went so fast early that it certainly set up for those horses from the back to get involved.
Yeah, James Day and Joey Mapes benefited from that situation. Again, some hard ball here today by Nick Clegg on the one-horse Fear Romeo, and very aggressive drive by Bernie B. Bad. Those two are photoing for third and fourth. Little skip at the wire, too, by Fear Romeo. We'll have to see how the judges follow the placing. But no doubt about the top two. It is 5-6 pickup sticks here. Catching up. James Day is heading to the winner's circle for Power Play Racing.
That gives us another driver win on the card. So we're now up to, I believe that's an 11th different driver that's won a race today.
That's pretty cool. Good to spread the wealth.
Here's the winner's circle presentation to the five catching up.
Fourth place, third.
All right, so it's the 5 catching up. We're still waiting the official result there on that third place show. Looked like Fear Romeo got it, but did make that skip at the wire, so we'll see if it was before or after. That was very close. But definitely no doubt about the winner. 5 catching up. 3-0 Big Island by Catch the Fire out of Jenna's Beach Boy mare. Ain't Giving Up. Power Play Racing 87. James Day Trains and Drives. And this one was bred by Thomas Cave of Kentucky. It's the Maiden Breaker.
Number 1, Fear Romeo, finished third, was placed fourth, lapped on break at the finish. Number 2 was scratched. The 3, Burning Be Bad, finished fourth, placed third. The 4, Ballistic, 5. The 5, Catching Up, the winner. The 6, Dragon Mode, 2. Top Down, place 4. Scratch, place 3. 5-1, 2 on the bottom. Quarter 29. The half 59 and 2. 3/4 133. The mile 2:04 4/5.
All right, so there we heard it. The 1 was placed fourth, so it is the 3, Bernie Be Bad, who's placed third. So 5, 6, 3, and 1 in the 4th. 5th race, the change we have is Harvey Hirschberger will drive the 4, Workin' Up a Lather. That was race 4. We'll be back with race 5 after a few moments from the Trumbull County Fair.
Cool Winds Farm is one of Ohio's premier standardbred breeding farms. Cool Winds stands the popular Dancin' Yankee, jug winner Southwind Aussie, and the royally bred Western Fame. Cool Winds Farm is proud to present our yearling consignments at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway on Friday, September 12th, and at the Standardbred Horse Sale in Harrisburg during the cool winds of November.
With more than 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. Much of that value comes from standardbred horse owners, breeders, trainers, and drivers who participate in the sport of harness racing. The mission of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association is to preserve, protect, promote, and serve the entire standardbred industry in Ohio and beyond. To learn more about the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association, go to ohha.com. That's ohha.com.
In Ohio, Hickory Lane Farm has the stallions you are looking for, like What the Hill, Uncle Peter, and In Range, as well as Branded by Lindy, Jug winner Luz Pearlman, Racing Hill, and Guardian Angel Oz. Hickory Lane will offer a host of Ohio sired yearlings this fall, including 6 by In Range, 5 by Uncle Peter, 4 by Guardian Angel Oz, and 1 by What the Hill. Find out more at hickorylanefarm.com.
It does. We'll be coming to a fair near you. We really just kicked off the season, so we take it all the way through Lancaster into October. A lot of places and a lot of stops along the way, but our passports come by. I don't know the prize. It's always kind of a mystery, but I know at the end of the year when you get passed into Delaware and you bring your passport down with all your stamps in it, usually you get some nice swag, whether it be a bag, a T-shirt, or something for attending the fairs.
We got to get me some swag. I need an OHHA shirt. Those black shirts, I really do like them.
Company issued.
Yep.
Have to ask Frank. Frank, if you're listening, we need more work shirts. Kenny needs a shirt. We need some other colors too. The blues. Matt Clark always looks fabulous in that blue one. That light blue one. Yeah, so we'll take some new shirts.
Where's your next fair, Don?
Carrollton. Yep.
So we're back next Tuesday.
We're
Same
back.
crew. We got Chris.
Yep.
We're gonna manifest it that the equipment's gonna work right from the jump, so Chris doesn't have to stress for 4 hours trying to get it all together. But seriously, what a great job he did to get us up and running. Because this second show, so far, knock on wood, has been been flawless with the camera. So just got us going. 2 cards. Good thing we had 2 cards. We got to work out the kinks in card 1 and got it all back and ready for card 2. So I'll be back at Carrollton as well. Doubleheader next week.
Yeah, fun place to be. Nice track, tighter track. Not a lot of won't see a ton of speed records there. I've seen some 57, 59 miles there, but it's nice. It's nestled in the rolling hills of Ohio. Nice backdrop. You'll enjoy next week's card. We're looking forward to bringing it to you next Tuesday.
I know this is going to be nitpicky of me, but how's the grandstand over there? We're going to be covered over there too?
Yes, covered over there. Yep. Very similar. Yep.
Perfect. Enjoy getting out in the summer and spending time outside. When you work till midnight most nights, that you don't want to get up and go do a whole lot during the day. So.
Well, what's neat for you as being the track announcer at Northfield, you're in the same room, whether it's cold in the winter, hot in the summer. You see the same walls, same thing, your same perch. But what's nice when we get on this fair circuit, you meet people come up for the passports. How neat was it to be with just some of the horse flesh, the human horse flesh today? We went to lunch between cards with Mark Wokenberg, the starter, Woody Woolham, who's in charge of the Home Talent Colt Series, some of the judges, just Roger Houston. It's great to be around you and everybody, and you get to share some stories about the past. They were telling some fun stories about drivers way before they started the black box where the humans had to blow in for alcohol consumption. They were talking about some of the old days when drivers drove with maybe a few alcoholic beverages in them. So time has changed over the years where now we do not allow that, which I think is a wise move. But it's always fun to listen to the old timers tell their stories. So
yeah, that was such a good time to sit with Roger and sit with you and just see all the stories. And one of the stories drivers were talking about was talking about Dan Noble, who is in his 40s now, and I call him, and they're talking about his dad and his dad's dad, grandfather. So just generation after generation, and we continue to pass it down. I mean, I'm 26, and hopefully one day I'll get to pass this sport down to my kids if that is in the cards for me. We'll see where it goes.
You're the future for us, Kenny, so we appreciate it. It's nice to see someone young and refreshing like you make your way over from the great state of New York to the greater state of Ohio, where you and your fiance are now residents in Northfield, Ohio. We're happy to have you. We're happy to have you at the OHHA and continued success on what you're doing at Northfield and with the fairs.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Time flies. It's already been over 2 years since I moved here from New York. So got engaged last year, and that's already less than a year away now. So time just continues to fly, man. It never slows down. So if there's one advice I can give, it's just go do stuff, because time will never slow down. But it looks like we got all the horses here, so we'll send it to Roger Houston for the post parade of the 5th.
And these are the horses for the 5th race. 2-year-old Colt and Gelding Pace, Home Talent event. Number 1, Mountain Majesty with Darren Harvey. The 2, Western Encore, Braden Rhodes. The 3, Pumpin' Skin, Nick Clegg. The 4, Working Up a Lather, Harvey Hirschberger. And number 5, ATI, Barley the King, James Day in the sulky. Horse take 1 score and go to the gate.
That's the field for our 5th race, 2nd division. 1, Mountain Majesty, owned by Wayne Mass Jr. Eden Acres Farmstead. Darren Harvey trains and drives. 2-year-old Big Colt by Racing Hill. Out of Arts Place Mare Art Cam. Nothing to go off of here but an $11,000 Buckeye Classic purchase.
Number 2, Western Encore, owned and trained by Rosie Weaver. Braden Rhodes has the lines today. This will be the 3rd start of the career. Two efforts, 5 by 28, 6 by 27. Looks to this youngster by Wellstead, looks to improve.
3, Pumpkin Skin is a half to the Onyx Dragon, who has been part of the fair circuit before. 2-year-old Bay Gelding by Summa Cum Laude, out of Shadow Bell, by Shadow Play. Team Clegg here. This is a $15,000 Ohio Select Sale. 1 win from 4 tries, 5th start here tonight.
4, Working Up a Lather. We have a driver change to Harvey Hirschberger. Harvey Hirschberger is going to be driving the 4, Working Up a Lather. Betty Clegg Betty Clegg trains for Kimber Clegg, the owner. Source has been out 4 times, no wins, 2 seconds, 1/3. Pretty solid lines back and forth. Looks to be forwardly placed.
5, ATI Barley the King. Power Play Racing 87, James Day, Trains and Drives. 2-Year-Old Big Colt by Charlie Barley. And of the Tell It Like It Is mare, Real Foxy Lady, Ohio State ATI bred. 2:13 and 4 at Marion over that sloppy track. The qualifier at Northfield back on June 19th was pretty good, 159 and 4, and a repeat of that could be tough in here. And James Day will look to get a second win on the card.
And there's your field of 5. Owner special, as all 5 horses will get a check in here, and they're starting to assemble on the backside. Wilkenberg starting gate starting to move. Looks like we'll be bringing you this 5th race of 12 here momentarily. Also, the voice, Roger Houston's horse who did score at Bellefonte. Track record performance. I'm not sure if that was for overall, or I'm guessing probably just age and sex. But regardless, passing on track record performance today for Roger Houston's horse. And with that said, we'll send it up for the call, race number 5, to the aforementioned voice, Roger Houston.
Well, we'll see if I don't have to screw this up, Roger. If I go like this, I don't have a quarter time.
Here they come.
Oh, he ran right over that 5.
They're off and pacing, working up a lather, goes right out for the lead. Western Encore on the inside second, getting away third on the inside. That is Mountain Majesty. Up on the outside, coming on, ATI Barley the King, trailing the field. Pumpkin Skin. Down the backside of the first quarter station. Working up a lather, has the lead for Harvey Hirschberger. Right there second, settling in is ATI Barley the King. As they race into the turn, racing fourth, it's Mountain Majesty, and trailing the field, Pumpkin Skin. Opening quarter in 31 seconds. As they race around the turn, going to the 3/8 mark. On top of the field and showing the way. As they race into the stretch is Harvey Hirschberger with Working Up a Lather. Right there second, Western Encore. Racing third. Coming to the halfway point. Moving on the outside, fourth, Pumpkin Skin. The trailer, Mountain Majesty. As they race around the turn, going to the halfway station. Halfway home, 102, 3/5. Continue to close with every stride, Pumpkin Skin. As they race to the backside, the leader Working Up a Lather, racing second down the backside. Go on to the first quarter mark, the ATI Barley the King. Outside third, that's Pumpkin Skin, racing fourth. Go on to the 3/4 mark, and trailing the field, Mountain Majesty. They're at the 3/4. 1:34 and 3. Around the final turn, 1/8 of a mile to go in Ohio. They come into the stretch on top of the field. Working Up a Lather has the lead with less than an 1/8 to come. Coming to the outside and charging on the leader through the stretch. It is ATI Barley the King second, home third, Pumpkin Skin.
204-1.
Well, folks, we have history made here today in Trumbull County at Cortland, Ohio. Harvey Hirschberger, career victory number 1.
From career start number 3, so he's batting 333. He's in the Hall of Fame.
That's great.
That was a professional drive, too. He put the horse right to the lead and made the horse sit a 2-hole that was potentially going to brush there, and then really just kind of hand drove him to the finish. Not too much urging, so nice drive by Harvey Hirschberger. We're not 100% on his age. I've been told 20 or 21, so very young kid, another Hirschberger, and yeah, first victory, I should say, right here at the Cortland Fairgrounds for the 4 Working Up a Lather.
Some neat horsemanship there. James Day pulled up side of him, up the backside. I'm sure congratulated and gave him a few words of wisdom and stuff like that. I mean, the horse racing community, although we compete and we go at each other hard and try to beat each other, it's still an industry that does protect their own. And it's nice to see some good sportsmanship from 2 classy guys battling out to the wire and congratulating a young man winning his first race. So Billy Rhodes is heading to the winner's circle as well to congratulate young Hirschberger in his first career victory. And you never know. Kenny might be calling a lot of winners for this young man in the future at his home track in Northfield Park as time progresses.
Yeah, it's exciting. Like you said, in 20 years, we could turn around and this guy could have 5,000 wins. We don't know.
Could be a top Grand Circuit driver. You never know. But you got to get started somewhere, and it's always interesting to know that first win when you knock one out. So very exciting. It was a nice drive that he picked up for Nick Clegg. Nick could have chose to drove the other horse, and I think he gave this young man a good opportunity today, and this horse won very professionally. So.
Yep, very good effort there, and he's coming back to the winner's circle. So we'll go to Roger Houston with the 5th race winner's circle presentation.
When a driver wins his first race, it's a race they'll never forget. When a driver drives his first races, it was also today for Harvey Hirschberger. Had not had an official drive until today, and he's got his first winning drive. Working up a lather, Kimber Clegg, the owner. Betty Clegg gets her 3rd of the evening card. Harvey Hirschberger in the sulky, his first winning drive in the sport of harness racing. A drive that will never be forgotten. Number 1, Mountain Majesty, 5. The 2, Western Encore, 4. The 3, Pumpkin Skin, 3. The 4, Working Up a Lather, the winner. The 5, ATI Barley the King, 2. Top Down, 5, 4, 3, 1, 2 on the bottom. The quarter, 31. The half, 102.3. 3/4, 134.3. The mile, 204, 1/5.
So there you have it, race 5, Harvey Hirschberger. I got goosebumps listening to that. It's just something that is really cool, getting to see someone win their first race. He just got his license and his qualifier and fair license, so he had never been in a qualifier or a fair event until today. The first card, he had 2 drives, both just 5th place finishes, but got a little experience, and then here he goes right to the front and blast one to the lead and goes wire to wire. So showed that he's not afraid of anything, just 3rd drive, and he's already out there in the front showing him how to get it done.
Love his colors, too. I mean, we've got a family affair where, like, Lanny Merriman, Aaron Merriman, same colors, Dave Pallone, Mike Pallone, Andy Miller and his son, Tyler Miller. I mean, typically a lot of people continue to keep the same colors in a family. And you see a nice turquoise colors. That's kind of neat. So
yeah,
good
certainly
for Harvey.
Make it easier going forward when we announce him too, because I can't think of any drivers that have as much teal as he had in their turquoise. So.
Very much so. Very much so. Yep.
Well, congratulations, Harvey Hirschberger. First career victory right here at Cortland. That'll do it for race 5. We'll be back after these messages with the 6th.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year, providing advanced specialty care for sports horses from all stages and disciplines. Our expert team of boarded surgeons and sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sports horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661. Dublin Valley Farms, home of Volstead's sire of 2024 Ohio Horse of the Year, Sugar Instead. Also standing at Dublin Valley Farms, Slay, a promising young son of Chapter 7 and Coach K Hanover by world record holder Wallner. Looking for your next winner? Dublin Valley Farms and our clients are offering an exciting lineup of yearlings with current and fashionable pedigrees. Available at public auctions this year. Backed by a team that cares, Dublin Valley Farms, Fredericksburg, Ohio.
History, tradition. For over 100 years, 2- and 3-year-old trotters and pacers have started their careers on the tracks of the Home Talent Colt Stakes. See the future stars of Ohio harness racing at one of the Home Talent's 15 tracks. The stars of tomorrow are racing at a track near you today. The Home Talent Colt Stakes. You can't win them if you aren't in them.
Welcome back to Trumbull County Fair, Cortland, Ohio. 6th race coming up next. We're just about halfway through our afternoon card.
Yeah, we've got 5 down, 7 more to go. We should be finished up probably about 8 o'clock or so. Race number 6 is a 2-year-old trot, second division of the Home Talent Colt Stakes. Got 6 of them signed on here, and we'll at least have one change, as Darren Harvey's listed on multiple horses in here.
Yeah, we have Jason Thompson for the 5 Tom's Moneymaker, so still looking for Darren Harvey. I'm going to try another guess here and say that because Chris Hirschberger picked up a drive for him earlier, that he'll drive one here. See if I can get one of these bets right today.
I like it. Maybe another bet. Which one is Darren going to drive?
Can I cheat and use the 4? Because the 4 is right here in front of us.
Ah, there you go. Good bit. I was actually going to guess the 4 because, again, I would say as a trainer, you want this horse to get an education. So the horse has no lines. This is actually the first time this horse will go charted behind the starting gate. Came out on the track, not a lot of equipment on. Does have trotting hobbles, couple knee boots. Open bridle. Ears are pricked. Nice looking trotter, kind of calm. So see how he does today.
Just a $5,000 Buckeye Classic purchase. Notice that a lot of these fairs, most of these horses are purchased at the Buckeye or Ohio sales. So all coming from sales that are local, and they're not too expensive. And you get yourself a horse, they get you out here and race at the county fairs and tour all summer, get to see some neat places like you said, which is always the scariest part about me for coming to these fairs because I don't know where I'm going. So,
see, I personally think that's half the fun. You'll enjoy that because most of the time I don't know where I'm going either, but GPS is kind of get us to where we're going, and a lot of picturesque. And you are correct, Chris Hirschberger is on the 2. So in your programs, Easy Big Tommy, Chris Hirschberger will be driving Easy Big Tommy.
So we get Chris Hirschberger on the 2, Jason Thompson on the 5, 2 driver changes. And I think we got them all out here, right?
We do. Roger will get them assembled and get them in line, and we'll be doing a post parade here momentarily. Then we'll take a look at the field and give it to you.
Race number 1, M.E. Hill. Drivers Eric Miller. Number 2, Easy Big Tommy, Chris Hirschberger. The 3, Short Range, Charlie Myrick. The 4, CS Go Tom, Darren Harvey. The 5, Tom's Moneymaker, Jason Thompson. The 6, 314, the driver Nick Clegg. Horse will take one score and go to the gate.
Dick, $6,504, second division. So wrapping up the 2-year-old Colton Gelding trotters here. The 1, M.E. Hill, Eric Miller drives for Robert Copeland, who co-owns with Melvin Mullet. 2-year-old Big Number What the Hill out of the Glide Master mare Travelin' Dream. And this one is a half to Dream Something, who's a 5-time Sire Stakes leg winner between 2 and 3.
Number 2, Easy Big Tommy. Change from your program. Chris Hirschberger will drive the 2, Easy Big Tommy. Darren Harvey trains this horse for Mast, Callahan, and Miller Racing. This is his career debut, although he does have 3 charted lines in qualifiers. Finished 7th last time out, but did stay flat. Prior to that, had skipped in both events. We'll look to stay trotting today.
3 Short Range, own trainer Charlie Myrick. 2-year-old Big by In Range out of the Majestic Sun mare Short Range. $8,000 Buckeye Classic purchase. Broke in the first qualifier at Northfield, but came back over another sloppy track. So he hasn't been on a fast track, so this is his first fast one. 2:08 and 2 in that qualifier, 32 and 1 last quarter, and already shows getting around a half mile.
Number 4, CSGO Tom. Darren Harvey trains, reigns, and owns this horse with James Jenkins of Canton, Ohio. Looks pretty good on the track. Obviously, this will be the first charted line.
Here he is.
The son of Long Tom was a $5,000 Buckeye Classic sale.
Another Long Tom son, the 5 Tom's Moneymaker, Jason Thompson, changed from the program as Charlie Myrick can't drive both, but it is one of 2 here for Charlie Myrick in the second chance stable. 2-year-old Big Island by Long Tom out of the ABC Garland mare, Mom's Moneymaker, 4th in the most recent qualifier at the Meadows in 2:03, first parimutuel race.
Number 6, 314 from the Clegg clan, owned, trained, and driven by Nick. This one is 0 for 4, but does have 2 second place finishes. Likes to be forwardly placed. Did make a brace last time out, but when has stayed flat, has been very consistent. Second, first, fourth, and second. Looks like we'll be charging to the front here and probably one of the main contenders.
Yeah, so looks like the only one with experience in a real race. 5 of them other than qualifiers, but the 1 through 5, none of them have official starts. So the 6 is the only one with experience, and sometimes that's when you have that all to go off of. Experience does pay off in races like this when you have young horses and not tight turns, but no banking, so tough turns to get around. So we'll see 6 across, so they'll start all the way on the outside for the Clegg team, which already have 5 wins today.
Wow, this could easily be number 6, but it's you never know. Some of these other horses step up in a hurry too, but regardless, somebody's going to graduate today, as none of these horses have crossed the wire first in either qualifiers or races. I take that back. The 6 horse did win a qualifier 3 back at Northfield in 207 and 4, and he was a front running effort that day.
A true maiden race. Nobody's
True
won
maiden.
Officially yet.
Yep, true maiden here, and they get to break their maiden and also win their first stakes race at the fairs, and someone's going to pick up $32.50 today.
Looks like they were just fixing our, we'll call them pylons for today. Horses are behind the gate for the 6th. We'll send it up to Roger Houston with the call.
Let's go, Tom. Go on to the half 3/4 mark. We got a new leader on the outside. Short Range now takes the lead and opens up as they race into the turn. CS Go Tom now second, racing third, 3:14, 3/4, 1:40, 2/5 as they race around the final turn. It's Short Range with the lead, with less than an 8 to go in Ohio, and Short Range opens up by about 4, make it 5 lengths down the stretch. It's all Charlie Myrick. Short Range drawing away. Up on the outside to be second, Tom's Money Maker in third, 3:14.
right, 6th race goes to the 3 short range. Charlie Myrick, first career start, wins at first asking. That now makes it officially 11 different drivers and 11 different trainers have won races today. So spreading the wealth, having fun, everybody getting checks.
Short range, the pride of David Myrick, as his son Charlie Myrick owns, trains, and drives this guy today and picks up all $3,200. He doesn't have to share any of the money with the trainer driver because he is both. Trainer driver owner takes down the whole pot here. Nice race by Charlie. This horse sat in. He looked like he wanted to come out a couple times even at the quarter pole, but just sat in and came out the half, engaged the leader, went right by, and drew off in the lane. So that break in the career debut seemed to fix last time out with that nice qualifier at Northfield. In first technical race today, wins impressively, and it looks like they've got a nice horse here going forward.
Well, Charlie's actually going to sweep the exacta because the 5 times moneymaker was second, so Charlie Myrick gets more of the pool there. So grab another 5% with this one. So 1-2 for Charlie in the 6th. The 4 CS Go Tom had gotten up into second, but made a break there, coming to the top of the stretch. So a couple of breakers, but a couple of them stayed flat and professional, especially the 3 short range, like you said, did want to make those moves to the outside. And once he did, he pretty much went right on by and won by 8, 9, 10 lengths there in the end. So really finished up nicely, and here he is back to the winner's circle.
Into the winner's circle, the winner, number 3, Short Range, owned by Charles J. Myrick of Boulevard, Ohio. Charlie Myrick trains and drives. 2-year-old gelding by In Range of a Short Reign. Home a winner in 2-11 lifetime mark. Charlie Myrick, Short Range in the 6th. Results are official. Number 1, M.E. Hill, 6. The 2, Easy Big Tommy, 4. The 3, Short Range, the winner. The 4, CS Go Tom, 5. The 5, Tom's Money Maker, 2. The 6, 314, 3. Top down, 641, 52, 3 on the bottom. The quarter, 33 and 4. The half, 107. 3 quarters, 140 and 2. The mile, 211.
He wouldn't go lane. He just enough to keep him from being competitive.
That's the 6th, 3 short range.
6 down, 6 to go.
Halfway home.
Halfway home as we go into race number 7.
We're a little more than halfway. We've been here more than halfway of the day. But for those that just tuned into card number 2, we have officially at the halfway point. And right now, the only change I have is Harvey Hirschberger on the 3 Pure Dragon, but obviously Tyler Angus listed on 2 horses, so I'm going to have a change there. And I think John Wingard is probably on the 1 because I believe that's him out on the track right now. So that one is to be announced, but Harvey Hirschberger on the 3 Pure Dragon. We'll be back after these short messages.
The Ohio equine industry needs your help. I'm Scott Mogan, president of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. With over 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. That means jobs that pump millions of dollars into the local economy and support thousands of families. For Ohio's equine industry to remain strong, we need to send a clear message to our legislators about the important role that the agricultural small businesses play in Ohio's economy. To do that, we need your help. PACER, the Political Action Committee for Equine Racing, helps support and inform on issues that could positively affect Ohio harness racing. Please consider a donation to PACER. To donate, visit our website at ohha.com or call 614-221-3650. Your donation will help keep harness racing strong in Ohio. Thank you for your support.
In Ohio, Hickory Lane Farm has the stallions you are looking for, like What the Hill, Uncle Peter, and In Range, as well as Branded by Lindy, Jug Winner Luz Pearlman, Racing Hill, and Guardian Angel Oz. Hickory Lane will offer a host of Ohio-sired yearlings this fall, including 6 by In Range, 5 by Uncle Peter, 4 by Guardian Angel Oz, and 1 by What the Hill. Find out more at hickorylanefarm.com.
Welcome back to Cortland, Ohio. We are 6 races down, 6 more to go on the evening card. Takes us to race number 7. We've got a couple driver changes to give you here, but they're going with 3-year-old Colt Pacers. And we've got a headliner in here too, number 6, Down by the Parade. As a 2-year-old, this horse started in the Next Generation. 32 starts last year, 17 wins, 11 seconds, 1/3, 29 to 32, first, second, or third, mostly at the fair circuit too, $124,000 in the bank. This year has only made just shy of $8,000 with 11 starts, but brings a nice resume into here, and obviously a lot of times these horses go on to be overnight Grand Circuit horses. I would not be surprised if this Down by the Parade shows up at some pari-mutuel tracks in his 4-year-old or 5-year-old season.
Yeah, just an $8,000 purchase, and obviously got more than they bargained for with $124,000 on the card as a 2-year-old. So very precocious. Maybe hasn't quite come back at 3, but with the ability that he showed at 2, I'm sure that he's going to find it eventually here as the summer progresses on. And he did just race in a Sire Stakes event at Scioto and was pretty close to a fast pace. So Down by the Parade back to the fairs, where he was a winner at Marion back on July 1st. We did get the driver, too. It's Elliot Deaton on the 1, Cool Augustus, and Harvey Hirschberger on the 3, Pure Dragon. And Oblivion Express, for what it's worth, had a line to be announced from the Buckeye Stallion event on Sunday at Northfield. And
I might know someone that called that race.
There might be a guy here that might have called that race. The worst part is I actually had to look up the line to see what happened.
Oh, okay. And
so
how did he do that day?
He did have an interference break, so not totally his fault. Ended up finishing 8th, but interference break at top of the stretch when he was sitting 5th or 6th. So
prior to that, it looks like you called him a winner by 3 lengths and 56-1 back on June 29.
Sharp that day.
Yeah.
As soon as he got the green light to go, he quickly brushed on the outside and drew off 28-4. So they tried the Buckeye Stallion, unfortunately just made the break. He also had the 2nd tier in the Buckeye Stallion event, so post 9, so not the greatest. So, especially with a horse that's only raced twice before that. So, $67,000 3-year-old lather up purchase from the Ohio Select sale for the Day Armand team. Comes back and we'll try the fair circuit now. Home Talent Colt Stakes, $3,345. We have 4 divisions of these today. This is race number, or 2nd division for race number 7 on the card.
It's interesting you talk about trailers, because there's some horses that have no problem being a trailer, and then there's other horses that shy off of it. So it's really a game of depending on how your horse mannerisms, how they see. What's crazy is they've been taught to be on the gate their whole career, and voila, they end up following a horse into the first turn. So
yeah, and depending on what driver you have too, some are a little more aggressive and some are a little more passive, I'll say, from the 2nd tier. So it always throws a wrench into any of the race, because we talk about it at Northfield with our charter Matt Rose, that the 9 can get away anywhere from first to last. If you have an aggressive driver from the 2nd tier, he can try and move. You know, if the 1 leaves, let's say, he can follow the 1 and then pull and quarter move. So they can certainly end up on the lead at the quarter. And then if the 1 or 2 aren't the fastest getting out of there, and all the outside horses leave, they certainly can get away 8th or 9th too. So trailers certainly make it interesting, because they literally can get away in any spot in the field, when for the most part horses like 7 and 8 are usually 7 and 8 going up the backside first time. So they throw a wrench into things, and Northfield, we have them in every race. So we even had some 10-horse fields a couple of times with double trailer. Sounds like we got them all out here for the 7th. We'll let Roger give you the post parade, and then we'll go through the field just after that.
For the 7th race, Home Talent Colt Stake, 3-year-old Colton Gelding Pace. These are the horses. Number 1, Cool Augustus, the driver, Elliott Deaton. Number 2, A Legend Secret with James Day. Number 3, Pure Dragon, Harvey Hirschberger. Number 4, Oblivion Express with Tyler Angus. The 5, Sam's Legend, Braden Rhodes. And the 6, Down by the Parade, Nick Clegg in the sulky. Horse to take one score and go to the gate.
My dad did it in school of the slag.
Before you start going over the field, the one horse actually has Logan Ebersol on it, not Elliott. Sometimes at the fairs we miss some driver changes. I'm not sure if he's scoring the horse down or not, but normally at this time we don't score horses down, so I would think that Mr. Ebersol is driving the one. And we'll tell you a little bit more about Cool Augustus.
Yeah, Cool Augustus. So, assuming that it's Logan Ebersol driving for Amy Wingert here, Cones with Herbert Nicholson, 3-year-old Big Colt by Mr. Cooley. Out of the Survivor Gold Mare Twinkie. 14 tries, hasn't finished in the top 2, does have 2 third-place finishes. This one's making just his second start of the season, so we'll try to build off of his most recent start at Northfield.
Number 2, A Legend Secret. James Day trains and drives this one for Power Play Racing. This horse has been very consistent, likes to move to the front end too, has gotten off in the 2 qualifiers, taken the lead. This is only the second start of the season. Did finish third last time out. Looks to improve on that. Shows a charted line of 58-4 over at Northfield. So certainly capable enough speed-wise.
3, Pure Dragon, Harvey Hirschberger looking for his second career driving victory. This one for Team Clegg. 10th start of the season, 2 wins already. 58-4 mark at Northfield. Also has a timed mile of 57-3, well back off the card. 3-year-old Big Ellen by Fear the Dragon, and the Always a Virgin Mare, Pure Maid.
Number 4, Oblivion Express. The charted line there was a break at Northfield last time in the Buckeye Stallion Series. The fact they even put this horse in the Buckeye Stallion Series tells you how well meant this horse was. Prior to that, shows a nice score in 56-1. In my opinion, if this one minds his manners, he's going to give the 6 all he can handle. Probably would be the betting favorite.
5, Sam's Legend, Braden Rhodes from Myron Weaver and CLS Stable. 3-year-old Big Ellen, a bit of a legend. And the Nobleland Sam Mare, Last Sam Standing, is a 2-time winner at 2. 1 win at the fair at Hilliard in 2:05, has a time mile of 58-4 and a 2:03 in 1 qualifier, 2 back, 9th start of the season.
Number 6, Down by the Parade, brings the impressive resume as in 43 lifetime starts, 19 wins, 11 seconds, 1/3, 131 on the card, mark of 57-3 at Northfield. Hasn't come back as well, did add Lasix 4 back, was in very tough last time out against Rick Wink, who is one of the top 3-year-old colt pacers, not only in Ohio, but probably in the entire country. But still, this is the class of the race. I figure Nick will be out winging and giving this one every opportunity to win. And there's your field of 6.
Yeah, field of 6. They score 6 across, so everyone gets to put their nose on the gate here. Second of 4 divisions for 3-year-olds. Down by the Parade comes in 31 times. This horse finished in the top 3 in 43 tries already, so really showed a ton of ability already. I mean, how many horses don't even make $100,000 in their careers when they're such cheap purchases for $8,000? But this one worked out for the Clegg team, and yeah, he has Oblivion Express, and I agree with you. If there was betting odds, they'd definitely certainly be the top 2 in the betting for Oblivion Express. Comes off the break at Northfield, but a winner, 2 back. So, and like you said, they went from now winners 1 right to the Buckeye Stallion event, so they certainly thought that this one had talent, and they go here, but looks like they're heading behind the wings. We'll go to Roger Houston for the 7th.
It's a pretty good tag.
He get what he deserves now.
You feel that way too?
Yeah. I think most people would. You don't.
They're all in behind the gate. The gate swings into the stretch, and here they come.
You don't do that to people.
They're off and pacing. A Legend Secret goes for the lead. Up on the outside, Down by the Parade is their second. The end of the turn, racing third is Sam's Legend. Fourth Pure Dragon. Fifth on the outside, Oblivion Express, and trailing the field, Cool Augustus. Racing to the backside and the first quarter mark. It's Nick Clegg down by the parade, up on the outside to take the lead. Racing second, a Legend Secret racing in third. That is Sam's Legend. Moving up on the outside with either side, it's Oblivion Express. Opening quarter in 32-1. As the race around the final turn, it's Pure Dragon racing fifth and trailing the field, Cool Augustus at the 3/8 mark. Field of Pacers come to the home stretch for the first time. Moving on the outside and going right on to the top. That is Oblivion Express battling now for the lead with Down by the Parade. Racing third, a Legend Secret. Gapped out fourth is Sam's Legend. Halfway home in 1:03. Pure Dragon racing fifth and trailing the field, Cool Augustus. Three of them battling for the lead. Up on the backside, going to the 3/4. It's Down by the Parade with the lead. On the outside, Oblivion Express. Coming to the outside as well, a Legend Secret. Closing ground now comes Sam's Legend at the halfway point. Battle continues. Down by the Parade on the inside. 3/4, 134. On the outside, Oblivion Express. Ready to come to the outside. A Legend Secret. Trying to still close to Sam's Legend. Less than 1/8 of a mile to go in Ohio. Oblivion Express up on the outside. Coming on as a Legend Secret. Coming to the wire. A Legend's Secret on the outside. Oblivion Express down by the Parade. .205 3/5.
Race 7, there you have it. If you've ever heard that terminology of a horse tripping out, that would be the two, a Legend Secret. Let the battle go on between the 6 and the 4, second over covered. Once the 4 horse cleared, the fresh horse got the last jump and will be getting his picture taken today.
You know, I had a cliche saying in my head, and I was, when you started to go with, have you ever heard the term? And I thought we were going to have the same one, was I had, the 4 won the battle, but he lost the war.
Yep.
He won the battle with Down by the Parade. They basically went 2 laps around the track, challenging each other, and with the last 1/8 of a mile, the 2 who was sitting right in behind them just tripped out, and once he tipped to the outside, gives James Day a double.
I've watched this horse race a lot last 2 seasons too, covering the fairs, and this horse has raced very well, but surprisingly, this son, a bit of a legend, this is his maiden breaker. First win in 12 starts today.
But like you said, 2 seconds and 5/3 already, so he's been on the board 7 of 11.
Yeah, very, like I said, I've watched him race, and he's had some very good efforts, but today he gets it done and is head into the winner's circle.
Back in front of the stands, your winner, 7th race, home talent, 3-year-old Colton Gelding Pace. Number 2, a Legend Secret. On the Power Play Racing, 87, James Day trains and drives. A Legend Secret, lifetime mark, 2:05 3/5.
There you have the 7th race to a Legend Secret, $20,000 Buckeye Classic purchase. Second start as a sophomore and puts it together and picks up the victory. So nice performance, tripped out, parlayed it to win. The key about tripping out is when you trip out, you have to win.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, if you get that kind of trip and wouldn't have finished the job there, that would have been a little frustrating. But nice win for James Day. I believe that's his second on the card today, correct?
Yep, double for the Day Barn. So still a double-digit trainer and driver wins, but nice to see a double. Down by the Parade, pressured every step there, ended up 4th. Third, rather, Down by the Parade 3rd. As we just got the rundown from Roger. That is the 7th. Go to a quick commercial timeout, be back for the 8th.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at BigD'sWeb.com. Sign up for text messaging and receive $10 off your order. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Do you want your horse to shine in the winner's circle? Feed DAC Oil. It makes a world of difference.
He gets caught on a sulky and gets catapulted down. But I mean, for the most part, when you're in the back of the pack for an back to Cortland, Ohio, Trumbull County Fair. We've already taken care of 7 races for you, and we're into race number 8. Seen a lot of action, a lot of good horse flesh. And in here, we've got 4 horses signed on, Kenny. So not only does everyone get a check, but they get a little bit juicier of a check for even finishing dead last 4th. So definitely an owner's race. You like to see that. And we don't have any changes, do we?
At the moment we do not, but we've said that a couple times today.
Correct.
We've had late changes, so
yeah, for sure.
We'll hope that we can keep the red pen away for this race and just have a normal, as scheduled 4-horse field. So, like you said, owner's race, everybody gets paid with a little extra kicker on the end of that check. So, field of 4. We do have a first-time starter in here, a 3-year-old that Justin Irvine is listed to drive here, the 2 Good Shepherd, and his half-brother is His Glory, who's a $70,000 earner that races Northfield, which also Justin Height, who's in this race, has been training. So thought that was interesting. Little half-brother that's done okay and been racing in the non-winners races up there. Fast horse, but maybe not all there mentally, struggles to stay flat a lot of days, but when he trots the whole mile, he's very fast.
Yeah, interesting that you note the conditioner of that horse does have his own horse in here, Pink Panther, which I believe was a Clegg horse last year that was purchased by Marlon Miller from the Cleggs. So Justin is training and driving that. For people who don't know who Justin Height is, too, he comes up under his dad, Wayne Height, and he's got a brother, Chris Height. These guys originally cut their teeth over at the Meadows. I believe Justin was out of the business for a while. And he's back, and he's a sneaky guy that understands the business, training and driving, so don't be afraid to give his horses an extra look when they're racing. He races primarily at Northfield, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
And these horses have been, I mean, look at the start Pink Panther had. This is the last time it'll be on the program, but May 27th, you got Aaron driving, and first time for the connections too. That was his first start for Justin Height. Broke at the start and broke for a little bit too. It wasn't just a quick break, and then Aaron got him going and then just left him up on the rim once he really got him going, and he flew home. 28-3 trotter, 28-3 last quarter, and he looked every bit the part of that 28-3 last quarter. It looked like it could have been faster. Then came back and did it again, and then obviously had the week off, and Justin's driven him the last couple times. He has trouble staying flat. In fact, in his last 4 parimutuel starts, he's broken in all of them, but the 2 qualifiers have been good.
Yeah, it's interesting because this is probably a horse. I have not seen these races live. You have. But he's probably one of these horses that you got to watch at the gate because once he gets away clean or once you got to get him in gear, if you look at his races pretty much from the half or quarter pole home, once he gets in gear, he looks like he's got a big engine and motors home very well. Those are some nice lines on there. And certainly he made $43,000 last year. Speedy enough. If he gets his manners, if he minds his manners, he's going to be dangerous in here, pretty much any race.
Yeah, nope. He's been good. 9 wins last year as a 2-year-old. So back as a 3-year-old son of Marseille. We have the first-time starter, the 2 Good Shepherd. The one just like Tom, just his 5th start. Just been okay. Hasn't hit the board in 8 tries yet in his career, but back to the fair circuit after racing 4 tries up at Northfield, and he had a month off, so give him a little bit of time here as he goes to the summer fair season. Joey Cramp has the 3. I'll be seeing you in here as well. 0 for 11, but 4 runner-up finishes for this guy. And he was 5th most recently in an hours of 1 event at Northfield. There was a pretty good rally there. Only beating a couple lengths, 32-1 last quarter, but they went pretty quick up front, so maybe set up a little bit for the horses coming from off the pace. But he raced well, and I think we have all 4 on the track. Are we still looking for one? Looks like we're scratched down to a field of 3, might be the rumor here.
No, it looks like Justin Irvine's coming on. Maybe that's, yeah, Justin Irvine's coming on the track, so we have all 4 horses. Yep.
Nope, we have 3. 4 Pink Panthers out. That was a different 4 that was out.
Aha, okay.
See, they just keep getting us here.
There
Late
you go.
Changes.
Yep.
Now we have a really juicy bonus on the owner checks here.
Yeah, everybody's getting a nice, tasty check.
All right, here's Roger Houston.
These are the horses for the 8. Number 1, Just Like Tom with Eric Miller. Number 2, Good Shepherd with Justin Irvine. Number 3, I'll Be Seeing You, Joseph Cramp in the sulky. The 4 horse is scratched. Horses take 1 score and go to the gate.
All right, well, we only have 3 horses here, so how much work do you want to do? 1 horse or 2?
I think we've already covered the field. So, I mean, what we can do is kibitz a little bit about this race and then throw a couple things out there business-wise to talk about. But here's what's nice about this, too. Somebody's going to break their maiden here. These are all maidens. None of these horses have crossed the wire first, so it makes it real interesting. And I got to think, too, I know we spent a lot of time talking about Pink Panther, but I don't know if this racetrack would have suited him well, especially no bank turns. That might be one of the reasons they withdrew him, too. Maybe when they scored him down, warmed him up. Horses that make breaks technically on no bank turns, it could be a little tough, especially if they get into themselves a little bit going into the turn.
Yeah, probably wouldn't have been the most conducive track for him. So just a field of 3, but like you said, we're going to get a maiden breaker here when we get a little bit of everything. We got a horse that hasn't hit the board in 8 tries. We have a first-time starter, son of Coraggioso, and we have a 0 for 11 but 4 second-place finish horse that's, shown that he has a little bit of ability, just needs to break through. So Uncle Peter, Coraggioso, Long Tom, the 3 sires, field of 3.
Yeah, I'll tell you what else is interesting about races like this is you see horses that, they've paid $14,000. The 2 horses, looks like maybe a private sale, raised down in South Carolina. And some of these horses you don't know exactly how but again, everybody has hopes and dreams, and today someone's going to get their hope or dream realized. So with that said, we'll send it up to Roger to call today's 8th, which is a 3-horse affair.
Horses approaching the starting gate. Trotters are all in behind the Wolfenberg starting gate on the upper turn. Gate swings into the stretch, and here they come. They're off and trotting. That's I'll Be Seeing You going for the lead. Just Like Tom is second. Good Shepherd gets away third as they race into the turn, going to the first 8. On the inside, Just Like Tom has the lead. Taking a seat, I'll Be Seeing You, and treading the field, Good Shepherd. Down the backside, going to the first quarter mark. On top of the field with the lead, that is Just Like Tom. Eric Miller. Right there, second is I'll Be Seeing You. Joseph Cramp. Justin Irvine trails with Good Shepherd. Opening quarter in 32 seconds. Straight alignment going to the 3/8 mark. Just Like Tom by a length and 3/4. I'll Be Seeing You second. Good Shepherd third. Racing into the lane first time, coming to the halfway point. Just Like Tom on top, a length and a half. Right second is I'll Be Seeing You. Good Shepherd trails halfway home. Into the turn and going to the 5/8 mark. Just Like Tom leads the way. Halfway home in 1:04. To the backside, I'll Be Seeing You. Racing third is Good Shepherd. No movement as yet to go after the leader. Just Like Tom. From third, here comes Justin Irvine. Good Shepherd from third. Now second and going after the leader. Just Like Tom. At the 3/4 mark, we got a new leader. Good Shepherd on the outside. Just Like Tom is second. I'll Be Seeing You third. 3/4, 1:36, all 3/4, 32 flat. Around the final turn. Good Shepherd has the lead by 3/4 of a length. Just Like Tom fighting back on the inside. I'll Be Seeing You. 3 of them across the track. On the outside, Good Shepherd with the lead. Just Like Tom second. I'll Be Seeing You was third.
There you have it. I mean, for a short, compact field for race number 8, you've got 3 horses within a length of each other at the wire. Good Shepherd, Justin Irvine Jr. Justin Irvine, I should say, pulled about the 3/4 pole, ranged up on the outside, had a nice battle. One was well rated, Just Like Tom by Eric Miller, but Good Shepherd, when they straightened out for the drive in the wire, did prevail. Good race. All 3 horses made a good appearance and finished right there at the wire, all getting nice checks here. And it is diploma day for Good Shepherd, who makes his first official start today as a 3-year-old and makes it a winning one for Eli Miller, who both owns and conditions this horse.
Yeah, not always do you get a 3-horse race that ends up turning into, a length separated the entire field there?
That was it.
Sometimes you get one that's just a little bit better than the other 2, and usually the paces aren't very quick in those 3-horse races, so if they're better, they just kind of pull away late. But that was a good effort, and we did mention half-brother to his glory is a $70,000 earner, so this mom, Sarah Kuda, dropped a couple of nice babies. Justin Irvine with another win for him, too. Makes him another driver with a double on our 21 race double card.
So how many winners have we had? 11 driver winners or 12?
We have 10 driver winners, 10 trainers.
Okay.
Well, that's 11 trainers.
Number 2, Good Shepherd, the winner. The 3, I'll Be Seeing You, 3. The bottom horse was scratched. Top down, 2-1-3. Bottom horse scratched. The quarter, 32. The half, 1:04. 3/4, 1:36. The mile, 2:05. 4/5.
Well, the mic on over there, 3 and 4, thinks it's still pretty moist.
Well, there's our 8th race. They fielded 3. Did just double check. It worked to 12 different drivers and 12 different trainers.
Nice.
So far through 17 races, doing pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. Wealth has been spread around here for the local horsemen. Everybody's getting a little piece of the pie today. So 8 down, 4 more to go, and that's going to take us pretty much right up to dark as we're getting a picturesque sunset here. We should be racing right up till about 8:15. Roger said 8:30.
In the
right on.
9th race, Jason Thompson drives the 3, Gorgeous Jet. Braden Rhodes, the 4, Center Story.
What is that?
changes there in the 9th. So Jason Thompson on the 3, Gorgeous Jet. Braden Rhodes on the 4, Center Story. And on paper, that should be all the changes. And we'll take a short timeout to come back with the 9th race.
Who feeds your need for new ideas for your family's best farm future? Ohio Farm Bureau. We work with our members to shape ag policy that will positively impact our industry. Farm Bureau is advancing business solutions to give you a competitive advantage. We help you gather information to stay ahead of important topics and technologies. Plus, Ohio Farm Bureau creates opportunities for growth. Ohio Farm Bureau, feeding your need for new ideas.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at BigD'sWeb.com. Sign up for text messaging and receive $10 off your order. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Back at Trumbull County Fair, 9th race coming up here in Cortland, Ohio. So we got 4 to go. We've almost made it through. Just past the Northfield card. We're at 17 complete for the 2 of us here with our man Chris helping us on the live stream and IT and camera guy. Doing it all, Chris.
Thank you. I love it.
Chris is having a good time.
This is my life.
You hear that, Matt and Frank? It's his life. We got to get him on record for that.
Chris loves it. We had to put him to work, though, because unfortunately myself and Don, not the greatest of help when it comes to the IT space for Chris earlier. So we're ready to go, though. We've been good here in part 2 of our Cortland action. Field of 6 here for the 9th race, $3,345, third division of 4. We'll have the 4th division in the 10th race, and then we'll wrap it up with 2 free-for-all paces that drew 10 horses, so they were split into 2 fields of 5. So 4 races to go. We have a first-time starter with such a cool name. I just really like the name Gary. Just a plain Gary.
Gary. So here's a nostalgia story for you. My wife wanted to name Charlie May Charlie. Charlie. That's what she kept telling me, and I was like, we can't just name him Charlie. So it's very unusual just to see a horse named Gary or Sam or Steve or Bob, but here we do have Gary. And Gary will be making his first charted line race today. This 3-year-old son of Western Vintage, owned, trained, and reigned by Lanny Merriman today. And I'm sure he's going to be getting an educational route of the racetrack.
Yeah, that's probably a fair assumption. He's been out there. I saw him earlier. He seemed he paced around there, so that's a good start when you have nothing to go off of, with no qualifiers and no charted lines. Just want to watch him score down and see how they handle the racing surface. And he looked okay scoring down earlier, as it looks like we have Harvey Hirschberger's out there again, so he must be getting a drive later on.
I think he's in this race. I think he's driving the 5. Is that what that is? Well, that's bad because it's landed on me a few times.
I thought it was just free air condition.
That's funny.
Sun is really starting to it's kind of getting in our way now. It was behind us all day, but now it's setting. We've been here all afternoon and into the evening, and we're pretty much, like you said, probably going to go right up till it gets pretty dusky, I would say. Not going to be dark, but a little dusk setting
Yeah, we don't have any lights here either. Well, I do see some on the grandstand, but I doubt they turn them on for us at this time of day, especially that it does stay light till probably about 8:45, 9 o'clock. So I'm sure we'll get all the races in. We will be doing the last race or so as the sun starts to set.
And it looks like they're all on the track, so Roger Houston going to have the post parade here for the 9th.
I can tell you, but I don't know. These are the horses for the 9th race. 3-year-old Colton Gelding Pace, Home Talent Stake event. Number 1, Gene Said with Elliott Deaton. Number 2, Dancing in My Socks with James Day. The 3, Gorgeous Jet, Jason Thompson. Number 4, Center Story, the driver Braden Rhodes. The 5, Shuffle's Cool Legacy with John G. Wingert. And number 6, Gary, Lanny Merriman in the sulky. Horse will take 1 score and go to the gate.
All right, field of 6, $3,345. Field of 6, the 1 Gene Said. Elliott Deaton drives for Ryan Deaton and Randy T. Young stables. 3-0 Big Ellen by Well Said out of the Always a Virgin mare, Chasing Maddie. 22 starts, set the board 12 times. 1 win is at Northfield.
Number 2, Dancing in My Socks, James Day, trains and drives for Power Play Racing. This horse is 1 for 12 in his career, only time he's hit the board, and that was 2 back at 24-1 at Northfield Park, lighting up the tote board, paying $50 to win. Finished that up with a nice 4th place finish in a condition claimer, non-winner 1. This horse should be forwardly placed and has a chance.
3, Gorgeous Jet. Jason Thompson will pick up the drive for Tobias Jordan Crazy Parrot Farms. 3-year-old Brown Gelding by I'm Gorgeous. Out of the Jeremy's Jet mare, Choose My Jet. Was a Texas bred, 1 lifetime win, 201 and 3 lifetime mark as a 2-year-old at Attica. And Gorgeous Jet picks up Jason Thompson here, 5th start of the season.
4 horse, Center Story. Who do we have to drive?
Braden Rhodes.
Braden Rhodes will be driving Center Story for the Clegg clan here. This horse was a high-stepping winner last time out over in Marion. Prior to that was second, third, 5th prior to that. So this horse continues to improve. 8 lifetime winner with a mark of 59-4 at Dover last year. The main contender and the horse to beat in here.
5, Shuffles Cool Legacy. John Wingert still driving this one?
I believe
that's John out
Yes, that is John.
Yep. John drives and trains for Lily Flynn, 3-year-old Big Ellen by Mr. Cooley, out of the spectacular Deal Mare Shuffle and Deal'em. Has it at the board in 11 tries, just 2nd start this season. Comes out of a non-winners of 1 at Northfield. Back-to-back qualifiers. Did break in both of those, so would assume that this is probably an education trying to teach him to stay flat.
Number 6 is Gary. Lanny Merriman owns, trains, and drives. This 3-year-old colt by What's Your Fantasy, or out of What's Your Fantasy by Western Vintage. We don't have much to go on here, but what we do know is the horse was pacing and very mannerly in the post parade. Far outside draw. Lanny Merriman's a conservative horseman. I expect this horse to be touring the track and seeing what pieces he can pick up late.
And like we mentioned, the great name of Gary. So first-time starter. Got the 5-0 for 11, and the other 4 horses will cross the wire first. So horses with experience are heading behind the gate, 3rd division, $3,345. And we go to Roger Houston.
Pacers are all in behind the Mike Wilkenberg starting gate on the upper turn. The gate swings into the stretch, and here they come. They're often pacing that Center Story, going for the lead. Dancing in My Socks gets away 2nd. Gene Said races 3rd. 4th around the turn. That is Shuffle's Cool Legacy. Racing 5th. Gary and treading the field. Gorgeous Jet. Down the backside they go. Center Story and Braden Rhodes leads the way. Dancing My Socks and James Day right there second. Gene Said pacing third. Big gap to the fourth place horse, Shuffle's Cool Legacy. Racing fifth, Gary, and treading the field, Gorgeous Jet. Opening quarter, 30 2/5. Into the turn, going to the 3/8 mark. That's Center Story by a length and a quarter. Uptight second, Dancing My Socks. It's a race into the lane first time, coming to the halfway point. All horses in straight alignment. Racing third. It's the race over to the half. It's Gene Said. Fourth is Shuffle's Cool Legacy, moving on the outside. Gary, and treading the field, Gorgeous Jet. Halfway home in 1:02. On to the backside and the 5/8 mark. Continuing to show the way, it's Center Story. Racing second is Dancing in My Socks. Pacing third, Gene Said, trying to close the gap. Shuffle Cool's Legacy fourth. Racing fifth, coming to the outside is Gary. And treading the field, Gorgeous Jet. Down the backside to the 3/4 station. The leader remains Center Story with the lead. On the move on the outside, Gene Said from third, now second. 3/4, 134 and 1. Midway around the final turn. On top of the field, that is Center Story opening up. Racing second is Shuffle's Cool Legacy. Gene Said also there. Into the lane they come for the payoff. On top of the field and drawn away with each and every stride, Center Story. Gene Said second, home third, Dancing in My Socks.
Well, there you have it. That's going to be a 6th win for the Clegg team, taking down race number 9 with Center Story going to the front and going all the way. And it was the catch drive. Bay Gelding by Well Said out of the Art Major Mare Art Center. Winback Farm bred in Maryland. 9th lifetime win and 2nd this season. Center Story for Braden Rhodes picks up the victory. Top 3 did really well there. They separated themselves from the rest of the field. Center Story, Gene Said, Dancing in My Socks pretty much dominated that 3rd division. And up next in race 10 will be that 4th and final division. Then we have those 2 open paces at the end to wrap up the action. So 3 to go. We are now 18 down on this doubleheader here in Cortland, Trumbull County Fairgrounds. 9th race, Braden Rhodes. Billy Rhodes has gotten a workout in today. He's gone up and down a bunch of times to go meet the Clegg team in the winner's circle, as well as his son, Braden Rhodes, who just continues to improve. Get to see him a lot at Northfield. And back in the winner's circle, the 4 Center Story. We'll send it to Roger for the winner's circle presentation.
Drive 10-3.
In the winner's circle, the winner, 9th race, number 4, Center Story. Kimber Clegg, the owner. Betty Clegg, the winning trainer. Braden Rhodes in the sulky. Center Story, 3-year-old by Well Said out of Art Center. Home a winner in 2:05.
You tired, are you?
Results are official. Number 1, Gene Said, 2. The 2, Dancing in My Socks, 3. The 3, Gorgeous Jet, 4. The 4, Center Story, the winner. The 5, Shuffle's Cool Legacy, 5. The 6, Gary, 6. Top down, 2, 3, 4. 1, 5, 6 on the bottom. Quarter, 30 2. The half, 102. 3/4, 134 1. The mile, 2:05. 10th race, scratch the 1, King of the USA. Scratch the 1, King of the USA is scratched. Jason Thompson drives the 3, Unerring. Braden Rhodes, the 5, Widger Boys.
All right, so there we go. We picked up 3 changes there for the 10th. Take out the 1, King of the USA. Jason Thompson's going to drive the 3, Unerring. And Braden Rhodes on the 5, Widger Boys. So Couple of driver changes and a scratch in the fourth and final division, which wraps up our 2- and 3-year-old portion of both broadcasts, and then we'll have those 2 free-for-alls after. So we will be back after a couple of minutes. Brief timeout here.
For over 100 years, the values at CoverLink Insurance have been clear. Do the right thing. These values have been at the forefront of what we do, and that will never change. At CoverLink Insurance, you're a person, not a policy. Whether you raise crops, livestock, or own the family farm, CoverLink's farm insurance can be tailored to meet your needs. Trusted advice and solutions to protect what matters most. Great service from great people, CoverLink Insurance.
In Ohio, Hickory Lane Farm has the stallions you are looking for, like What the Hill, Uncle Peter, and In Range, as well as Branded by Lindy, Jug Winner Luz Pearlman, Racing Hill, and Guardian Angel Oz. Hickory Lane will offer a host of Ohio-sired yearlings this fall, including 6 by In Range, 5 by Uncle Peter, 4 by Guardian Angel Oz, and 1 by What the Hill. Find out more at hickorylanefarm.com.
Make summer memories this year at the Ohio County Fairs. The Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association will be live streaming every race this year, and we want you to be there. Be a part of the excitement with the 2025 Ohio County Fair Racing Passport. Stop by the OHHA broadcast location in the grandstand to pick up your passport and stamp. Get stamps at every fair you attend. Prizes will be awarded to those that attend the most racing programs. Get your passport at the first fair you attend or call the OHHA office at 614-221-3650. Harness Racing, the fastest ride at the fair.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at BigD'sWeb.com. Sign up for text messaging and receive $10 off your order. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Welcome back to Cortland, Ohio for the Trumbull County Fair. We're in race number 10. This is the last stakes of the day, and then we have the 2 free-for-alls, race 11 and race 12. Got a compact field of 4 here. Take out the 1 in your program, King of the USA. He has been withdrawn. That does leave us the 2 through 5, who will go to the gate here for $3,300. Do have a couple driver changes in this race as well. Kenny will give those to you as he's been keeping up with that as we go. We've had a beautiful day over here today. Again, 80-degree temperatures. The only thing is Roger's a little bit tough because the sun has now moved to the front of the grandstand, is in our eyes. But other than that, we've had a beautiful day.
Yeah, I mean, can't complain. Just the weather was perfect on a cloud in the sky. No humidity, which is rare for upstate in the northeast of the country. So very good afternoon and now evening of live racing with 3 to go. And yeah, scratch the 1, King of the USA. Jason Thompson on the 3, Unerring, and Braden Rhodes on the 5, Widger Boys. We've had quite a few driver changes, which you can expect at the fairs, but I'm going to have to bring some extra pens as we move forward into the rest of the summer.
Yeah, you definitely need them. We have a lot of late driver changes here too, and a lot of changes because one thing about we do a 3-day box for the fairs, so once the entries come out, we really don't make changes until the day of the race. So a lot of doubles, a lot of different things that go on. Sometimes trainers and drivers are entering at pari-mutuel tracks and don't get the ability to bring the drivers over that they originally signed on.
Roger trying to get the last horse out here for the 10th. We've had a pretty smooth clip, I would say, today. We haven't had any delays or anything. I should knock on wood now. Probably shouldn't have said that yet, but all the horsemen have been pretty cooperative, and we've been pretty much going at a smooth pace the whole day.
Yeah, it's been a great day, and I want to give a special shout out to Chris, our cameraman, who saved the day here. We had some cable issues, which he replaced, And just to give you some perspective, folks, on what Chris has done, he gets here probably an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours before post, which that means he was here at 10:30, 10 o'clock probably to get set up. He sets up his craft, and he does not leave our equipment. And here we are at 8 o'clock at night. So he's basically been in the same spot for 10 hours, and we can't thank him enough. I feel terrible because I told him I was going to bring him something to eat, and he had to settle for beef jerky and water. But he knows I'll make it up to him at Carrollton. Unfortunately, we had some mixed company for lunch, and I didn't get to stop and get him anything to eat. But he works tirelessly, and he's one of the big cogs and keeps the machinery running here for the OHHA and the broadcast. So a special thanks for everything he does for the organization.
Yeah, no, very much appreciated. And I think the reason we didn't bring him food, though, was because he told us about this great Mexican place, but it was Taco Bell. So we just didn't get to go to, a fantastic place. No, just kidding. But, yeah, Chris really did stick it out while we were out to lunch and having a great time. He's stuck here just sitting here guarding the equipment. So definitely appreciate all our IT guys. And this is my first fair of the summer, but if Matt and Steve-O are listening, or Chris in the future, obviously thank you in advance for all the hard work you guys do with having our streams ready, getting through all the hot days that we have and having the equipment working. So. And it looks like they're off of the 10th, so we'll go to Roger Houston.
Number 1 is scratched. Number 2, Tough Kids with Justin Irvine. Number 3, Unerring with Jason Thompson. Number 4, Red Hot Ember, Lanny Merriman. And number 5, Widger Boys, Braden Rhodes in the sulky. Horses take one score and go to the gate.
You see our man here?
In the barn area, get them ready for race 11.
The 1, King of the USA. The 2 is Tough Kids. Justin Irvine does the driving for owner-trainer Danny Hostetler. 3-year-old Big Gelding by School Kids out of the Santana Blue Chip mare W.F. Bella. Took his freshman season off. Didn't race as a 2-year-old, but comes back as a 3-year-old. Already made 14 starts with 2 wins and a 56-4 best at Northfield.
Number 3, Unerring. This Larry DeAirmont trained. We've got a driver change to Jason Thompson today. This $19,000 Lexington Select purchase is making his 3-year-old Bow start today. He did make 3 starts last year, did manage a 3rd-place finish. Qualifier wasn't that great over at Northfield on July 24th. Actually, it would be his qualifier. So technically, instead of qualifying at the Parimutuels, they're getting a race for him at the fair track today.
4, Red Hot Ember, owned by Richard Johnson, trained by Linda Main, using Lanny Merriman. 3-year-old Big Gelding by Catch the Fire out of the Rockin' Amadeus mare, Rockin' Cali, bred by Richard Johnson of Florida. 0 for 16. He had a world of traffic troubles, 2 back in his start that you can't really see on the program, but getting called that race, obviously. And then came back in Northfield in just a very strong race, 56-1, and he was 5th there behind Oblivion Express, who we saw earlier on in the card. So Red Hot Ember, I think if I was betting this race and there was parimutuel wagering, this would be my play here.
I like it. Number 5, Widger Boys. Nick Clegg drives for Betty Clegg. Nick's driving, or we got a driver change?
Braden
Rhodes. Braden Rhodes picked up a couple live drive today.
That's the thing about Nick. He likes to give the kids, let them drive.
There's nothing wrong with that. Braden will be taking over here for Nick. This horse is making his 8th start of the season. Does have a 2nd-place finish last time out from the 2nd tier at Marion. Probably be one of the horses, too. It's a good driver's race, compact field of 4. The gates rolling up, the Wokenberg starting gates heading up the backside, and that can only mean one thing. We're going to turn it over to the voice, Roger Houston, for the call of race number 10.
Yeah, that's quite unbelievable. I'm hiding behind this pole.
They're all in behind the gate. The gate swings into the stretch, and here they come.
Yeah, I'm hiding behind this pole with the sun.
They're off and pacing. Red Hot Ember goes right out for the lead. Tough Kids second, racing third. As they race into the turn, Widger Boys, and trailing the field, Unerring. Straight alignment going to the first 8. Lanny Merriman, Red Hot Ember leads the way by 2. Tough Kids is there second. Racing third, Widger Boys. Trailing the field down the backside, Unerring. Field of Pacers over to the first quarter station. Lanny Merriman and Red Hot Ember with the lead. Tough Kids second. Racing third, Widger Boys and Unerring trails. Opening quarter, 32-1. Into the turn, going to the 3/8 mark. Red Hot Ember by Catch the Fire. Lanny Merriman drives, leaves by a length and a quarter. Into the lane first time, coming to the half. Tough Kids and Justin Irvine. Out moving on the outside, Widger Boys. Braden Rhodes now second and going after the leader. Unerring trails the field, halfway home in 1:06. Red Hot Ember with the lead. On the outside, Widger Boys is there second. Tough Kids third, racing fourth, Unerring. Down the backside, going to the 3/4 mark. Lanny Merriman still has the lead by a half with Red Hot Ember, but not for long. Up on the outside, Widger Boys sticks the nose in front. Racing third is Tough Kids, the trailer, Unerring. At the 3/4, 1:36, that third panel, 30 seconds flat. On the outside, Widger Boys has the lead. Ready to come 3 wide on the outside, Tough Kids. On the inside, coming home, Red Hot Ember. 3 of them across the track. Red Hot Ember trying to come back. On the outside, Widger Boys. Widger Boys on the outside. Red Hot Ember second. Tough Kids third.
Another good little race there. Widger Boys for a 7th win for the Clegg team on this doubleheader card. Wear down the 4, Red Hot Ember just couldn't make me look good there, you know. But
I'm giving you props for that, Kenny. I think that was an excellent pick. We're talking about a horse that's 0 for 16 lifetime coming into this race and doesn't show better than a 3rd place finish on the card. Took the lead and almost wired the field and did a great job, and just an excellent race. Went right down to the wire, did everything but win it. Kind of like your quote earlier. Won some battles there, but lost the war.
Yeah, he did all the dirty work on the front, and the horse that sent 3-hole trip also did some dirty work. So I don't want to discount what Braden Rhodes' horse did there, having to move to the outside. But Red Hot Ember raced well there. Tough Kids home 3rd, and Unerring probably just is going to need some starts. Doesn't even have a qualifier yet, this 3-year-old down by the seaside, so he was just 4th there. As Braden Rhodes picks up a hat trick on the card, 7th win for the Clegg team.
You get to see this guy drive all the time, but this Braden Rhodes is a very nice young talent as far as a driver goes. Would you not agree?
Yeah, he is certainly. Northfield were very blessed, I think, with a lot of young talent between him, Justin Irvine, Tyler Angus. We've seen all 3 of them here today. But a lot of guys, a lot of young kids that can drive, and they're not fearful. And Braden, we were actually talking to him off camera at one point, you know, been involved in a couple of accidents, but doesn't stop the fear. No fear at all. Just gets back out there, gets back on the horse. No, again, no pun intended. But, yeah, he's winning probably 9 or 10% clip, so they're doing pretty good, and gets to drive some horses now for his dad, who's greeting him here in the winner's circle.
Braden Rhodes with a driving double on tonight's card. 3-year-old got him, but lather up at a profound beauty. A winner in 2:06, 1/5, final half. Minute and a fifth, final quarter, 30-1. And what a day for the Clegg stable. 2 this afternoon, and number 5 tonight. That's 7 for the day. Results are official. Number 1 was scratched. The 2 Tough Kids, 3. The 3 Unerring, 4. The 4 Red Hot Ember, 2. The 5 Widger Boys, the winner. Top down, scratch 3, 4, 2, 1 on the bottom. Quarter 32-1. The half 1:06. 3/4 1:36. The mile 2:06, 1/5.
There you have it, a 7th win from the Clegg team, and Nick only drove a couple of them. He kind of handed the drives off to a couple of
In the
guys.
11th, number 1 Johnny Sack, the driver.
They all picked up the victory. Braden Rhodes. Roger did say double, but I have him for a hat trick, so we're gonna have to compare stats there. I think it is a hat trick for Braden, but certainly a 7-win day for the Clegg team.
Yeah, nice day. And since this is your first broadcast working with me, Kenny, most people know me. My two favorite races for all the fairs when I'm doing the fair races are the free-for-alls. Normally there's only one free-for-all on a card, but today we get two. So typically speaking, they put the free-for-all as the last race. And the trots are one day and the paces are another. But we get both today. So what I always love about the free-for-all races are you've got young horses, old horses, horses that have made money, older trainer drivers. Sometimes we get guys 70, 80 years old still driving. So these are my favorite two races. But we're going to step aside for some brief messages. We'll be right back to Cortland, Ohio.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year, providing advanced specialty care for sports horses from all stages and disciplines. Our expert team of boarded surgeons and sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sports horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661. Dublin Valley Farms, home of Volstead's sire of 2024 Ohio Horse of the Year, Sugar Instead. Also standing at Dublin Valley Farms, Slay, a promising young son of Chapter 7 and Coach K. Hanover by world record holder Walner. Looking for your next winner? Dublin Valley Farms and our clients are offering an exciting lineup of yearlings with current and fashionable pedigrees. Available at public auctions this year. Backed by a team that cares, Dublin Valley Farms, Fredericksburg, Ohio.
Do you want your horse to shine in the winner's circle? Feed DAC Oil. It makes a world of difference.
We are back with the last two races on our doubleheader card. This was a 12-race card, had 9 earlier for the fillies, had 10 for the colts and geldings. So 19 2-year-old and 3-year-old races, and then we pick up a pair of free-for-alls here at the end. This is the first of two divisions. Doesn't look like the trot one filled, though. We have 2 pacers, 5-horse field, so must have been 10 that entered, split into 2 fields of 5. Justin Irvine is going to drive the 1 Johnny Sack. Saw Corey Kreiser walk in the grandstand earlier, so he must just not want to suit up and let Justin do it. You know, let the kid do it all.
Kid's been out there all day, too. Makes sense. A lot of respect for Corey, although he's only 31 years old. He's kind of a kid himself. But
Corey really downgrades himself when he talks about his driving skills, because I actually wrote the story on him as leading trainer last year at Northfield for the season, and he's pretty much well on his way to another leading trainer this year. Corey asked him about driving, and he said that he only drives, and this is his quote, so I can use it because I already used it in the story. His quote was, "I'm too fat to go with those guys, and I'm not as talented." But Corey won like 11% of the races that he was in and drove. So I would classify that as he did pretty well for himself, especially when he was driving. A lot of the times was driving his second horse in a race. And, and Aaron would drive the other one, or at the time Billy Davis would drive. So, yeah, Corey, if you're listening, don't knock your driving skills, because he's been winning races as a driver and certainly as a trainer, as Northfield's leading trainer, and what will be, if it continues, a second straight season.
In my opinion here, it's strictly just my opinion, but if Corey was driving Johnny Sack, he would win, as I think he'll win with Justin Irvine, because this horse does stand way out in here. This horse just qualified in 54 and a piece over at Northfield on July 3rd. Very well-meant horse. Shows an open line, 5 back at Miami Valley with the likes of Artac A, who just won out of the 9-hole at Scioto on the Open last Saturday. So this horse has kept some really good company. I do like the fact that they bring this horse over to the fairs. He's already made $60,000, but just a complete standout in here. Controls the race from the rail, and if there was parimutuel wagering, this horse would definitely be 1-9 in my opinion.
You know what? Would there a chance that this horse would be barred from the wagering?
Yes.
In this
yes.
scenario?
If they
this
did,
horse looks like a clear
yes,
standout.
if they did, that's what's kind of neat. Now this is way before your time, but in the old days of harness racing, we used to bar horses in Yonkers, Meadows, and places like that. Even like Nitros, Annihilator, horses like that used to get barred. But definitely at the fairs, this one would have been gotten barred. Down by the parade, who raced earlier today, he was barred from some wagering at certain tracks because this would be an easy one to bridge jump on. But here's Roger in the post parade.
Purse is $750. Number 1, Johnny Sack with Justin Irvine. Number 2, Mancino with James Day. The 3, Hard Won Guy, Harvey Hirschberger. And number 4, Sirocco Misty said, Braden Rhodes in the sulky. Horse will take one score and go to the gate for our penultimate of the Trumbull County Fair.
All right.
5 withdrawn here, too. Michael has been withdrawn, and he will not be in this race. So Braden Rhodes jumps over to the 4-horse. So let's get this. Let's make a little, side wager here. Something fun and late in the cards when we're looking at this. How fast do you think this race will go?
That is a good question because we haven't been too fast all night. But knowing that this horse is 54-1 and a 52 at the Meadows, it's going to be too flat.
I like that. I was going to go 59-3, so I'll say 59-3.
You'll take
you
the
say
under.
too flat, and we'll see. Yeah.
All right, so I'll set it at will he break 2 minutes? I'll let you take under, and I'll take 2 minute time.
Yeah.
Chris is jumping in with a 58 and bold
Chris
prediction.
Santorino comes in and says 158-4. I love it.
Chris, what's that on the DraftKings odds? Like plus 300 maybe? Yeah, that's probably fair. I'm not giving it to him though. If he does beat it, I'm not paying the plus 300. The house always wins, and I'm the house in this scenario. So.
I love it.
Yeah. For the sake of mentioning it, the all-track record here is 156 flat. That's from 2001. So 24, yeah. Geez, my math. You know what? After 20 races, the math goes away. 24 years of a track record. Could it be broken here? Johnny Sack, this would certainly be one of the horses that would be able to do it.
I would say no. The only reason is because he is off a qualifier and he had a little bit of time off. So you could be right on your 2 minutes. This could be a race. They go 30-1 and 102, and then he comes home in 59 and goes 201-3. So you never know. I mean, compact 4-horse field. Don't see anybody getting too crazy off the starting gate. But again, Justin Irvine, really like the way he drives. We've got some really nice young kids that drive on these fair circuits. Tyler Angus, Justin Irvine,
Harvey Hirschberger.
Harvey Hirschberger.
We got it in the program. He's 22, so now we can confirm he is 22, and he won his first career race here today in his third drive.
Really cool. We have Alex Hawk on the Southern Valley circuit. He's another young driver that does extremely well. And I've always said, these are the next generation that are going to start coming up and going to be your stalwarts at the parimutuel tracks. We're really blessed with parimutuel drivers such as Dan Noble, Brett Miller, Chris Page. But those guys do get older and they retire, and then the next generation comes out, and I think you're really looking at them, especially for you and your young age. If you continue on in Ohio and you're at Northfield Park 20 years from now, I think these will be the guys that will be your Aaron Merrimans and Ronnie Wrens.
Yeah, and there's one guy you didn't mention who is Roger Houston's favorite driver after today, I think.
Drew Neal. How about Drew Neal? It's funny, I got to watch the race with Roger over by him because he didn't know his horse was in today. That's the funniest thing. One of the other people at lunch had to tell him about his horse was in. No, my horse isn't in.
It was a phone call.
It was a phone call, yeah, so we know his horse is in. And then we're watching the race. Oh, he's going to be last. Oh, he's going to be fifth. Oh, he's going to be fourth. And the horse just kept picking it up and proceeding forward. But I see the gate starting to move. Mike Workenberg's starting bake is starting to move. The 4 entrants are lined up and heading up the backside, and we're going to send it over to Roger Houston for the call of race number 11.
Chasers in behind the Wilkenberg starting gate on the upper turn. Gate swings into the stretch and here they come. They're off and pacing. That's Johnny Sack going for the lead. Mancino second. Hard for one guy. Gets away third. Treading the field, Sirocco Misty said. Numerical order 1, 2, 3, 4 at the first eighth. Johnny Sack, Justin Irvine, length and a half. Mancino and James Day second. Harvey Hirschberger and Hard for one guy third. And treading the field, Sirocco Misty said. Braden Rhodes can see them all. Go on to the first quarter mark.
31.
Opening quarter in 31 seconds. End of the turn. On top of the field, Johnny Sack. Right there, second Mancino. Hard for one guy, third. Sirocco Misty said fourth. As they race by the 3/8 mark. Into the lane first time, Johnny Sack. Been there every step for Justin Irvine. Mancino right there, second. Hard for one guy, third. Off stride, Sirocco Misty said. They race over to the halfway point. Into the turn, going to the 5/8. Johnny Sack with the lead. Halfway home in 1 minute flat. On to the backside they go. The leader remains Johnny Sack. Mancino is there second. Hard for one guy, third. Pulled up and apparently out of the race, Sirocco Misty said. Still no movement, though, on the leader, Johnny Sack. Justin Irvine driving for trainer Corey Kreiser in total command as they race to the three quarters. 1:31 2. Into the final turn. Johnny Sack with the lead. Mancino is there second. Hard for one guy third. Less than an 8 to go in Ohio. Johnny Sack brings him into the stretch. Mancino second, and that's the way they're going to finish. Hard for one guy. Johnny Sack. Mancino. Hard for one guy. 1, 2, 3.
I think we're eagerly waiting the time here to see if our I heard that lunch is on you at Carrollton if it goes over 2 minutes. That's what I heard.
Done. I owe Chris anyway, so done.
We do owe Chris. We gypped him. Was the beef jerky at least good? I've never had beef jerky. Yeah. I watched Jaws for the first time. Remember we were talking about the movie thing, so of course I watched Jaws for the first time, and if Dave Bianconi's listening, he can yell at me. In between races at Northfield, for the first time about 2 months ago, so that's my...
1, 2, 3, DNF, 31, 1 minute, 1:31 2, 2:01 2/5.
Favorite movie? I'm gonna get flack for this, man. This is just such a bad question for me. It's, you know what though? Cleveland people appreciate it because it's Major League. I can quote the whole movie.
I love Major League.
I can quote the whole movie.
How fast the first quarter?
I'm a sports guy and a comedy guy, so my movie that I've been watching to like go to sleep because I'm a guy that needs to watch TV and stuff to go to bed. I've been watching Moneyball. Fantastic movie, Brad Pitt.
The first quarter? Yes.
So you're a baseball fan.
First quarter was 31.
Name were baseball movies. So
I'll give you a different sports movie though.
What's that?
Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
I just throw out sports comedies here. That's what I'm throwing out.
Back in front of the stands, the winner of the 11th race, open pace, number 1, Johnny Sack. With Mir Nager, West Bloomfield, Michigan. Corey Kreiser, the winning trainer. Justin Irvine in the sulky. 5-year-old gelding, but American Ideal at a Worldly Treasure. Home a winner in 2:01 2/5. Corey Kreiser, Justin Irvine, Johnny Sack in the 11th. Results are official. The 1, Johnny Sack, the winner. The 2, Mancino, 2. The 3, Hard for One Guy, 3. The 4, Sirocco Misty said, did not finish. 5 was scratched. Top down, 1, 2, 3, DNF. Bottom horse was scratched. The quarter, 31. The half, 1 minute. 3 quarters, 1:31 2. The mile, 2:01 2/5.
11 down, 1 to go. That 11 down, 1 to go. That takes us to the getaway feature, which is the second division of the free-for-all pace here. And we've got 5 horses signed on. No changes?
So far.
All right, no changes. With that said, we'll step away for some brief messages, and we'll be back for the getaway feature at the Trumbull County Fair in Cortland, Ohio.
With more than 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. Much of that value comes from standardbred horse owners, breeders, trainers, and drivers who participate in the sport of harness racing. The mission of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association is to preserve, protect, promote, and serve the entire standardbred industry in Ohio and beyond. To learn more about the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association, go to ohha.com. That's ohha.com.
Midland Acres is proud to stand the prominent stallions, TCI, Long Tom, Ready for Money, Monty Mickey, Summa Cum Laude, and Bit of a Legend. With such great pedigree and speed in the stallion barn, Midland Acres will provide a diverse group of top yearlings in the sale ring for 2025. Visit us this fall at our consignments at the Blooded Horse Sale on August 26th, the Ohio Select Jug Sale on September 12th, and the Lexington Select Sale on September 29th through October 3rd. Let Midland Acres' experience in the industry lead you to the winner's circle.
Welcome back to the Trumbull County Fair in Cortland, Ohio. We have been here with you all day today, and we've seen some good racing and a lot of fun. And we're down to the getaway feature, which is race number 12, a $750 free-for-all second division.
They wish they were going for $750,000.
Man, that would be great. But we've got 5 horses signed on here. We've got 1 driver change, which is Just Barley.
Logan Ebersol on the 4, Just Barley.
Logan Ebersol on the 4, Just Barley. So our prognostication for race times did not work in the last race.
No, I mean, we were close.
Yeah, we weren't totally far off. I mean, there wasn't really anything to push the horse, and I mean, we haven't seen any snappy miles today. That was probably it's definitely the fastest mile. But what was prior to that? 2.3, 2.5.
Yeah, I think there was a 2:03 and 1 or something earlier. So yeah, it was a pretty quick mile there from Corey Kreiser and Justin Irvine. Looking at this field, probably a similar type kind of race. Just don't see a ton of speed. I'm gonna go. I'll set this one at 2:02 flat.
Okay, that's great. Again, why I like this race so much. Just gonna give you some brief stuff here. Boozer. 86 lifetime starts, 19 wins, 14 seconds, 11 third, $150,000, 52 mark. Lil Plugs, the 2, 74 starts, 6 wins, 7 seconds, 10 thirds, 48,000, 56 mark at Scioto. 3 horse, Sparrow Hanover, 57 starts, 15 wins, 6 seconds, 7 thirds, 124,000, a mark of 50 and 2 at Scioto. 4 horse, Just Barley. 49 starts, 5 wins, 9 seconds, 8 thirds, 47,000, a mark of 56 at Northfield Park. And finally, the elder statesman of the group. This Jets a booking. 295 starts, 43 wins, 43 seconds, 38 thirds, $543,000, a mark of 150 flat at Miami Valley. That's a nice bit of earnings here. We've got just shy of probably 800,000.
Yeah, I was doing the math while you were going through them. Yeah, probably around 800,000 or so.
Pretty cool.
$500,000 earner on the outside of this field.
Yeah, very cool. Like I said, I always enjoy this because, I mean, again, this horse, this Jets a book, and he's 13 years old. He only has 1 more year of racing at the pari-mutuel tracks. Tommy Vosick owns and trains this horse right now. Tim Johnson grabs the lines, who's a provisional driver, young 25-year-old Timothy Johnson. just kind of neat to see an old class horse. Now, this horse is only 1 for 40 the past 2 seasons, definitely in the twilight of his career. But if you're a fan of this horse and you watched him race a lot over his career, you get to get another peek of him. And here's the horses for the 12th.
Second division, open pace. Number 1, Boozer, Nick Clegg. Number 2, Lil Plugs with Braden Rhodes. Number 3 is Sparrow Hanover. Happy birthday, Tyler Angus. Tomorrow is his birthday. Number 4, Just Barley, Logan Ebersole. Number 5 is Scratched. Horses take 1 score and go to the gate. His mother just texted me and told me it's his birthday tomorrow.
Well, Roger, it was good working with you.
So far this season from a limited, only has a couple of horses, Ryan does, but they do well. And Tyler's younger sister is starting to drive. Maddie Angus has driven in, I believe, a couple of qualifiers. So
we have an exceptional female driving colony in Ohio. A lot of Jasmine Arnold, a lot of these great drivers. The Harmon, Lauren Harmon, a lot of good ones. But with that said, for the last time this afternoon, we're going to send it up to the one, the only, the incomparable Roger Houston for the call of race number 12.
There's only 4, though. You can't mess it up too bad, Roger.
I could screw up. Here they come. They're off in pacing. Sparrow Hanover goes for the lead. Boozer on the inside second, getting away third. Lil Plugs treading the field. Just Barley. Around the turn they go. Sparrow Hanover and Tyler Angus leads the way by 2 1/4. Boozer is right there second. Racing third. Racing down the backside. Go on to the first quarter mark. Just Barley treading the field. As they race over to the first quarter. 31 seconds. Continuing to show the way, Tyler Angus with Sparrow Hanover by Captain Treacher's leads the field by about 1 3/4 lengths. Boozer is there second for Nick Clegg. Boozer by Huntsville. Into the lane, first time coming to the halfway point. Racing third. Lil Plugs in the trailer. Just Barley.
1, 1, and 2.
1:01 2/5. Into the turn they go. The leader remains Sparrow Hanover. Boozer is second. Racing third as they race around the turn. Lil Plugs in the trailer. Just Barley. Nick Clegg pulls the pocket with Boozer and goes after the leader, Sparrow Hanover and Tyler Angus. They race over to the 3/4 mark, and Angus got more in the tank. Opens back up with Sparrow Hanover. 1:31 2. Around the final turn. Sparrow Hanover with the lead. Boozer is there second. Lil Plugs comes to the outside. Just Barley is fourth. Into the stretch they come. Sparrow Hanover and Tyler Angus with the lead. Happy birthday, Tyler Angus! Sparrow Hanover, Boozer, Lil Plugs. 2 minutes flat.
Well, they were sprinting home there in the finale. The boys were ready to roll there, and we were race off. 2 minutes flat, fastest mile of the 21 races here from the Trumbull County Fair.
Pretty cool. We saw a speed mission just as the sun is setting in the west, right above the tree line there. In another 5 to 10 minutes, that sun will be down and will be truly at dusk. But a great day today. As a reminder, too, the Hayden Myers Trust Fund, if anyone's attending live racing at the Jackson County Fair in Wellston on Friday, if you're at the food booth, any and all proceeds purchased will go to the Hayden Myers Trust Fund. So a lot of people want to support that. Just a reminder that that is happening on Friday at Wellston. So please come out and see us. Obviously, we have the passports, too, at all of our fairs. Come by and see whatever talent or cameraman to get your stamps, as there will be prizes and swag at the end of the season for the most filled-in passports that you do have.
Yeah, be sure to stop over and see us. I'll be at a few fairs. We'll have all the camera guys, Chris, Steve, Matt, and I'm sure I'm missing somebody because these guys work hard and we're stretched pretty thin with a lot of the fairs going on at the same time. Yeah, it should be an exciting summer. It's my first one of the season. I'm ready to go. Is this your first one, Don, or have you had a couple?
Nope, this is my first. This is my maiden voyage for 2025, but I think I've got about, like you, 10 or 15 still to go. It's an honor to be able to cover this circuit and meet a lot of interesting people, have a lot of interesting things, and we're glad to bring it to your living room, telephone. We've got a viewing audience all over the U.S. and other countries abroad, too, so it's fun to get our signal out there.
David Kapp of Youngstown, Ohio, the owner. Corey DeErman gets his second of the day. Tyler Angus, his third winning drive today here at the Trumbull County Fair. 5-year-old gelding, Captain Treacher's at Estacia Hanover. Home a winner in 2 minutes flat. Final half, 58. Final quarter, 58-3. Big day for Tyler Angus. 3 wins at the Trumbull County Fair. Nice way to begin the 24 hours celebration of his birthday tomorrow. They even wrote a song for the occasion, Tomorrow. Results are official. Number 1, Boozer, 2. The 2, Lil Plugs, 3. The 3, Sparrow Hanover, the winner. The 4, Just Barley, 4. 5 was scratched. Top down, 2, 3, 1, 4. Bottom horse was scratched. The quarter, 31. The half, 101.2. 3 quarters, 131.2. The mile, 2 minutes flat. That concludes your racing program here at the Trumbull County Fair today. Thank you for your attendance and wish the horsemen best of luck in their next stop on the County Fair circuit in the Buckeye State.
There we go. That's the 21 races from Trumbull County Fair. Yeah, we probably couldn't get even maybe one more race we could do. That sun is ready to go behind the trees, but
yeah, we were right on the button. It's 8:30. Roger said we'd be finished around 8:30, so
Roger was the closest to all the guesses today.
With his years of experience, he knows what's happening for sure.
He does know what's happening. Well, I am Kenny Livingood. That is Don Tiger, and we will be back on Tuesday from Carrollton with our man Chris. Thank you once again, Chris, getting us up and running for our doubleheader. We hope you enjoyed your time watching us here from Trumbull County Fair in Cortland. We'll see you back at the next one.
Good night.